I'm also in the wrong
time.
spot.
Every
Hold on.
time. No, you're good. You're good. Oh, all right. Let's try this again. Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to Uppies for Beauties and Baddies, the BIPOC POC experience, where I, your host, Blazette Midnight, the baddest dragon queen Vtuber here on Twitch, invite some incredibly talented creatives to spend a little time with me while getting grilled in the Dragon's Den. Today we have Sesu Rescue discussing themselves, their journey into content creation, and anything else they wish to speak their truth on. Mods drop the socials, viewers peep the chat, and be sure to follow these beauties and baddies to know where it's at. Time to celebrate and elevate it. Let's get it poppin'. Oh god, that is hard to do with the left hand. I tried to snap with the left hand, don't mind me. And also, if you see my model doing some weird things, it's because I'm trying a different orientation for what we're about to dive into for today. But first, let me go ahead and open up the floor to our guest, Sesu. Sesu, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Yes, I would. And also, for people on my end, let me know if Blaze's voice is better. I turned her up. I had you a little too low, it seems.
Oh, not this.
Hello, I'm Sesu Rescue. You can call me Sesu. The Sesu rhymes with rescue. Sometimes gets a little weird there, but don't worry, it's really easy. I use they, she pronouns, and yeah, I'm a cozy indie Gorgon VTuber. I play a lot of indie games, and we also have recently started playing on our indie console, the Playdate, and that's me.
Nice. So, also, you want to tell us what your favorite tea is, since we also know that you are affiliated with
Friday afternoon tea. Yes. I love Friday afternoon tea. It's my favorite. I do also drink other teas, I promise. I think my favorite is definitely I don't know if you guys have ever tried Genmai Cha. It's a steamed green tea with toasted rice. It'll change your life.
Sounds like it, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's very good paired with like sweets and sushi. It just seems to be paired well with food.
Oh gosh. And also Savvy has pointed out the seal with the Kufi hat. You want to introduce Harvey to the stream?
Yes. Although, hold on one sec. I'm having something strange. Oh, that's not on my side. Okay. That is on my side. I'll figure it out later. Anyway, for those that can see on Blazette's stream, sorry, on my stream, guys, he's in the corner. He's underneath the Gotatsu. It's fine. But this is Harvey. He's my stream mascot. The lore around him is I made him with like magic yarn, and he's cute and wonderful, and my chat likes to give him a backstory.
That's so cute. I know every time when I pop in there, I do see like a lot of people just talking to Harvey just to get him to say some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, today I am very honored and happy to collab with Sesu Rescue, who, God, I'm trying to figure out how I met you. Was it through the Melanin Mafia?
Ooh, maybe.
I feel like it might have been through the Melanin Mafia, because I really can't think of anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, I think it was probably through there. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm very glad to collab with them for today. We are going to be doing some art stuff, so I'll switch over the scenes in just a bit, but just to describe what I'm doing, I will be doing some painting with my loot crates, which I haven't done in quite some time. So I don't know how this is going to go, and also because I have a different setup orientation, again, please forgive me if my model does some weird things with tracking, because my camera's in a different position, my IRL hand cam is in a different position, so it's all over the place, but you know, it works. Yeah,
if it works, it works.
Yes, but if you want to tell the viewers what you will be doing on your end, Sesu.
Yeah. So I'll show you guys when we switch over later, but I will be building a build kit. I wanted to say Gunpla, but it's not Gundam. Um I got a build kit for if you've seen Promare, I got a build kit for
oh my god.
Promare Leo de Galon.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so mad I don't have your stream pulled up on my side. But please, I encourage those who are watching the multi-stream, inform me of all the things, because I'm gonna go watch through the VOD after this to see all the things myself, because I love Promare with my whole heart and soul, and Blue is most likely gonna be over there. You got an instant follow, just letting you know, because Blue's the one who put me onto Promare right there. But yes, click on that multi-link. It's so good. See, I'm gonna have to watch Promare again for the 40th time tonight. It's so good. It's so freaking good. I love it so much. But yeah, let me, you know what? I'm going to make things really easy before we switch over to that. I'm going to ask you the very first question about yourself, which is, how did you get into VTubing?
You know, nebulous question, nebulous answer. The question's actually pretty straightforward. The answer for me is pretty nebulous. So I like to play games, and it probably centers around me loving to play indie games and me loving to share indie games with friends. So I used to Discord share to my friends a lot about games, and I was like, it'd be cool if I could share this, but I don't want to be a cam VTuber because I don't want to be on camera. That sucks.
Valid.
Probably somewhere after the big VTuber boom. And then after, I have a friend that's really into corporate VTubers. So I would watch corporate debut VTubers with him. And I was like, I could probably do that. Might be good.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like, I had streamed a little bit before, like, streaming as a VTuber, but here and there. But I decided to just get more into it. What was it, last February now? February before last? Must have been 2 Februarys ago. And I was just like, let's try it. I don't have a model, but I have a GIF. We can make it work.
Exactly. Make it work the best way you can. But awesome. That sounds excellent. All right, so I guess we can now switch over to the hand cams. I'm gonna go ahead and do that myself. Again, forgive me for the ghetto setup. I tried.
All right, let me hit it and then let me actually get over there.
Yep, because I'm gonna have to move myself too. I'm sleeping, I know. Don't pay attention to that. We're making it work. Oh, I wasn't trying to get in front of you. There we go. That works. Just be right here.
Let me make myself smaller.
Oh, awesome. Excellent. That works. I love that. I want Harvey there, so I'm not gonna move. I think you are perfect.
Okay, good, because he won't move. I have him locked.
Harvey's like, I'm sitting right here. I ain't budging no time soon. All right, so I'm gonna have to remember to raise my voice because my mic is off to the side. So if chat can't hear me, please let me know, mods. I can't. No, I still should be able to hear the sound effects. Y'all won't be able to hear it. So if you need to, shoot, I forgot. I killed the music. There we go.
Yeah, I had to turn it on my end. Yeah, it looks like Harvey's sitting in your lap. It's so cute.
Oh, he does. But yeah, mod, y'all know how to get my attention. Just do !Blaze. And it'll do that. If I need to toggle it for other reasons, let me know. But yeah, thank you. Okay, so with that, we're gonna move on to the next question that I have for you. How did you get into content creation?
How did I guess it's kind of the same thing around VTubing. I mean, when I started, I like, did a lot of research around what do I need to do to be a good VTuber? And a lot of the times they'll be like, yeah, you need to be good on social media. And I mean, thankfully I was already on Twitter. So that was easy. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like a lot of, okay, let me read about what I need to do. Okay, I'll do it. And then it's also like, okay, I'm tired. I'm not going to do that.
So it wasn't, were you inspired by anybody when it came to content creation, or is it just more so like, it just seems dope? I see a lot of people doing it.
Yeah, it was mostly just like, it seems dope. I don't know. It's like when I see like like who's your Oshi? I'm just like, oh, I don't think I had one. I just started.
That's fair. That's perfectly valid. Was it just you like just kind of like browsing the internet and like discovering this field in a sense, or?
Yeah. I guess it must have been like between the internet, between like my friend and his corporate VTubers, and yeah, I guess. I mean, like, when I started in it, I was really just like, I'm here to show off games. But then it's like, okay, how do I get an audience to show off games?
Right. And that's valid. But that's pretty dope that you actually just kind of like found your way here and was just like, yeah, I think I'll stay. I think I
Yeah, actually, if I think about content creation, not just as VTubing, but as all of content creation, I actually started in 2018, I think, as a fan fiction writer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think somewhere around then, maybe that year, I had finally played Undertale.
Ooh.
And I mean, I was always a really big fan fiction person.
Right.
So, but mostly just reading. I wasn't like a big writer because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But then I got really into Undertale. I got really into a very particular rare pair of Roby and Papyrus.
Oh my god. Oh my lord.
I just think they should hold hands. And so, when I was looking it up, I was like, I can't find anything that fits me. I just want them to have a nice time and like hold hands.
Just kiss.
That's when I started. Yeah,
just hold hands and kiss. Oh man, that is great. All right. So, I know that you said earlier that you focus on indie games when it comes to your content, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what made you pick that genre out of like multiple other genres in terms of gaming for that one? If you don't mind sharing.
Sure. No, that's fine. Because it's very interesting. It's like, I grew up on Pokemon. You would think, oh, why not play Pokemon or Final Fantasy or anything else? But like, I don't remember what year it was, but I got my world just turned upside down when I played A Short Hike.
Oh my god. I still haven't played
like, that changed my life.
Oh my gosh. So what is A Short Hike about? So without spoils, obviously.
Yeah. So it's a very short game. Like you can play it in a stream session. It's like maybe at max 4 hours. And it's literally about this character just going to take a hike. And I guess kind of the beauty of the game is that it's very open world, quote unquote. Just in terms of what you can do and where you can go and just different people you can interact with. And I don't know, something just about this short game that took, because it takes you on kind of an emotional experience as you're doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just changed my world. Probably because if I had been born maybe a few years later, I would be a game developer now.
Really?
Yeah, I
So,
really wanted to be a game developer when I was growing up. Like that was just the thing I wanted to do.
mhm.
But I went to college like right before the big indie boom. So it was a lot of like, well, you can work in AAA. And I
Right.
mean, I'm black, I'm,
Yeah.
feminine. That doesn't always work out for us.
Yeah, that part. And it's interesting you say that because that, as well as a couple of other things when it comes to like the gaming industry and like the game dev industry in particular, because I pursued a bachelor's degree in computer science, and part of that inspo behind that was because I did want to initially be a game dev. But what ended up happening is I would have some alumni from the school that I attended come up to me and say, hey, yeah, I work in that field. And those hours are pretty rigorous to the point where,
Right.
like, if they have a deadline, you have to pretty much meet that deadline. No ifs,
Right.
ands, or buts, and basically stay up through wild hours of the night just to kind of complete that project. And that right there in itself scared me from pursuing that, at least during the time that I was wanting to go down that path, when I
Right.
knew very little about computer science, outside of just, loving computers and my family recognizing me always being on the computer and hard to pry off of it. And so
Right.
it's interesting you say that, because I can definitely see that, considering a lot of the times whenever I was in my classes, I was the only female in those computer science classes. So,
Right. Right.
but that's interesting. Would you think?
Yeah, and
would-
then yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, would you possibly pursue that later on in life, or is it just more so like, it's a nice dream, but no, at this point?
I think definitely with kind of the indie boom and it being a lot more accessible to make games these days. I think I would definitely try it, because I mean, if I were to do like game development, I would definitely be on the programming side, to answer Beetle's question and still keep it on topic. And it's like, I'm not good at art. So like there are like, quite a few different game programs where like maybe you're not good at programming, maybe you're not good at art, you can still
Right.
make games. And especially with the play date now, where they make it very easy to make like small micro games, I'm like, ooh, that really might be something to think about.
Right. Nice. So, the next question I have for you, shifting gears just a bit, but you've already answered one of them, but as a VTuber, would you ever consider transitioning into a cam streamer at any point?
No, probably not. And probably because I'm going to say this as a joke. Please understand, it's a joke. I
a
am
joke.
not camera ready. Like, I'm not made for the camera. And it's like, a lot of
That's-
people like will wear makeup or stuff. And I don't want to do that.
Right.
I'm lazy.
You want to be comfortable when it comes to doing your streams your way,
Yeah.
and entertaining the audience. So that's perfectly understandable, which is like, I love hearing VTubers mindsets when it comes to their perspectives of cam streaming, because some people are, again, like myself, I started off with cam streaming. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but because I saw that being the common thing that a lot of streamers did was they'd have a cam set up and go based off of that. And I just saw more success with people who were using cam versus no cam. So when VTubing started popping up and I was like, oh, you mean I ain't got to use a cam just to entertain the masses? Bet. I'm jumping on this. So I really do appreciate that, you know, people are finding their way into the VTubing space for those reasons. So. But yeah. Do you consider yourself more of an introvert or an extrovert, and why?
100% an introvert.
Really?
Yeah. Like I can be social to the point, or I can be an extrovert, but like 90% of the time I really just want to be at home in bed.
No, that's totally admirable and understandable, because me too. It's like I'm an introvert, but if you give me a topic to speak on, I can be very extroverted pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's just like, leave me alone. Don't bother me. Don't talk to me. I don't wish to engage in conversation at this point in time with you.
Right.
Maybe at a later date. Like, check back later when I'm, you know, more conscious and aware and actually energized and enthusiastic about whatever is going around me at that moment. But what is something that motivates you to create when it comes to being identifying as a BIPOC POC VTuber in this platform?
You know, sometimes it can be really hard because people are not always kind to us in this space.
Yeah.
And I think what keeps me going is just like, I think it all comes back to like my fan fiction background, where it's like, if I don't do this, who will, you know?
Right. So you're saying more so in the sense of, I guess, you kind of want to make an impact somewhere, it sounds like?
Yeah, it's like I want to make an impact somewhere. And I mean, there are people, you know, in the space that there are a lot of people in the indie game space, and that's fine, that's cool. And it's like, you know, they're showing off games and that's great, but it's like, if I don't do it, who's gonna show off games from like my experience, you know, like my point of view? Because in the end, I just really love indie games, and I want people to find an indie game that they like. While also loving me, of course. Like, please come see me, but also find an indie game that you like. So, yeah.
But yeah, that's very valid. So I know you talked maybe just a little bit about your model design, but how did you come up with your model's design initially?
All right, I feel like I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but also Undertale.
Oh my god, was it really?
You know, I used to be on Tumblr, you know, when Tumblr was big and stuff. More when Tumblr I was fanficking. Yeah. And so, you know, usually you need something to kind of distinguish yourself, right? And I was like, okay, if I were me, but I were in Undertale and I were a monster, what would I look like? And at the time, I think I was maybe like year 2 or 3 into dreadlocks. So I was like, ooh, I could be a Gorgon.
So why Gorgon?
I mean, it's like I wanted to keep kind of my dreadlock look, but I'm like, okay, picture me but monster. I'm like, well, maybe I would just be a Gorgon, and I would be in Snowdin, and I would be cold all the time, so I'd have to wear like warm clothes. Hold on. If I change my outfit for just a second, you can see what the original outfit was. I just have to find you and you and you. And if that changes over quickly, or it won't, or it won't, that's fine. Anyway, the original look was like jeans and like a very warm like thermal like pink jacket that I had. If you redeem it, will it change? I don't know. Try it out, Beetle. But
It should.
Yeah, it should. I might have just not pressed my button hard enough. Because it's like just out of my reach. It is not very ergonomically friendly. Let's see. Nah, I won't change. That's fine.
We tried.
We tried.
But that's interesting. And I like how it's interesting how media sort of influences like things that we're interested in, such as anime, games, maybe novels, or some piece of fiction, or even reality, like people who we may look up to IRL sort of inspires our design for our models, because it just doesn't come out of nowhere. It just kind of, it's inspired by something. Because I mean, obviously I know some people have recognized where part of my inspiration for Blazette came from is because Bowsette sort of came to light. It was supposed to be a ha ha hee hee hoo hoo funny joke, but it turned into being like, no, actually I like this as like, you know, a design that, you know, resonates really well with me and how I want to be represented in this space. So I just think that's really neat, that it comes from like different influences based on whatever your actual interests are, like OCs.
Right. Yeah.
So, does your character have lore? And if so, can you tell us about it?
Yes. Yes. Let me tell you about how I've been trying years to do a lore thing, and I've just been sleepy all the time. But the TLDR to the lore is... That's not fitting. Okay, hold on. I'll get back to you. The TLDR to my lore is, you know, my character was like... Sasu was like, ooh, there's a cave. What if I just took the biggest nap of my life and slept for a little too long and ended up in modern times?
Oh my god. I love that. I
the
really love
ultimate
that.
Nap.
The most powerful nap. I love that. That is amazing. So, the next question I have for you is, what platforms or spaces do you feel you have formed the most bonds with amongst other VTubers?
Amongst other VTubers, I think it's definitely Twitter.
Okay.
Just because, you know, it's just, I think back when I was a PNG tuber, I spent a really long time, like, you know, just looking for other PNG tubers to become friendly with. And so I did a lot of, like, you know, looking for people's PNG tuber, like, reveals and stuff. And I actually do have a lot of, like, friends that I still chat with from that, which is nice.
Nice.
And yeah, I just think maybe it's easier to like meet people through Twitter. I have met people through Twitch, but it's just a little harder.
Yeah, understandable. Because you'd basically either have to have people come to your stream or you go to other people's streams and explore that on your own.
Yeah.
But you said something that I wanted to... Oh, that's what it was. So, question for you. Did you notice any difference in between viewership or interactions with people in your community when you switched over from PNG tubing to live 2D VTubing?
Oh, absolutely. Like with the people that I, were already friendly with, it was like, okay, great, cool. But I mean, once you start moving and schmoving, like, people really take a look at that. And I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. I don't have a problem with it. Especially since, like, my model parent is wonderful and the best, and also in my stream. But
I love that. And I love the fact that
I can't even be mad.
I was gonna say, I love the fact that, those of us who are lucky to have like a VTuber parent that's both supportive and also on really good terms with, like, I know not everybody is gonna have that same experience, but it's wonderful to have those types of folks in your corner and rooting for you, because you are showcasing their work, and I'm glad that they are proud to see that their work is in action and happy to who they hand it off to client wise.
Yeah, and it's what do you mean? They're like, don't feel pressured to be nice to me because I'm in your stream. I'm gonna be nice to you anyway.
Exactly.
Beetle's a longtime friend from Undertale times. So
oh, that's great.
Yeah, we've had a chance to get really, like, pretty much a lot of my Undertale friends. We're all like really close friends. We've had like a few like in-person stuff and such. And so when Beetle was like, I know how to rig, I was like, Beetle, all I want you to do is work on my model.
That is beautiful. Cool. So, the next question, and also those just joining in, I'm sorry. I promise I'm not ignoring you, but I also am ignoring you because, as I said earlier, I am using a different configuration in terms of my setup. So, hello! I know I'm looking off to the side, but I'm trying my best to look forward and say hello. But in any case, those of y'all just joining, welcome everyone to a stream series that I like to call Uppies for Beauties and Baddies, the BIPOC POC experience, where I, your host, Blaze at Midnight, the baddest drag queen VTuber here on Twitch, invite some incredibly talented creatives to spend a little time with me while getting grilled in the Dragon's Den. Today we have Sesu Rescue, who is right here next to me.
That's me.
Yes. But what you see on screen is only from my perspective, but I highly recommend you check out Sesu's hand cam because they are doing something excellent with Promare. Just putting that out there. Go look at the multi-stream. Tell me what you see. I mean it. Type it in chat so that way I can see it hopefully later, because I'm so sad I can't see it.
So don't worry about it.
But
I doubt I'll finish this on stream today.
No, you're fine, because I'm not going to finish this loot crate. That's why I was just like, I will start over on another one, because I would show, and I'll show it briefly after I do my intro, but we do have Sesu here discussing themselves, their journey into content creation, and anything else they wish to speak their truth on. Mods drop the socials, viewers speak the chat, and be sure to follow these beauties and baddies to know where it's at. Time to celebrate and elevate it. Let's get it poppin'. I tried it with the right arm this time. It kind of worked out. But yeah, those joining, this not about me. This is about Sesu. So please go follow Sesu on all their socials. Go support the stream. Don't just be hanging out in here. There's a multi-link. Click on that link. Check out and see what Sesu's doing. See how they vibe when it comes to hand cam streams and also their regular streams. I highly recommend it, especially if you're looking for somebody who's comfy cozy. Like, can I honestly just say, like, you're one of my comfy streamers? I'm like dead serious. Like, anytime that I pop into your streams, I just always have a good time. Like, they're great to work to. I love hearing you do storytelling. And you also remind me of another comfy cozy streamer who is a cam streamer who also has a lot of the same interests that you have. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect.
Wait, which one?
Here. They're part of Brown Girl Gamer Code. Are you familiar with Pizza Yeti?
No.
Well, you'll get to meet
Looks like
Pizza
I'm gonna
Yeti.
be soon.
Yes, you will. they are in the BGC space. I would love for you two to talk to one another, and I do plan on getting pizza onto this show at some point in time. I don't know when, but I want to, because I think y'all's energies are really well in sync, in my humble opinion. But yeah.
Cool. Also, thank you, Fitness. I appreciate it.
Also, let me get this loot crate so that way y'all know what I'm actually painting. So this is one that I'm painting. I'm not going to tell you what the theme is because I'm going to surprise y'all later, but you can kind of guess based on the colors that I'm putting together. But I used to offer this off to my subs. I stopped that because I gotten horribly behind on it. But here's a Kingdom Hearts one that I did a while back. Ooh. If I can actually get this on screen. There we go. So that's one of the ones that I'm working on actively. I'm not done with it yet, but
that's amazing.
Thank you. But this is when I started, I want to say at least few years ago. I'm so behind, but I want to get it to the point where I get, like, you can kind of see I started a little bit on like sketching out the key placements. So I want to put the key blades on the sides. And also the back, and then also the sides. And you can see this on my Ko-Fi. Again, this ain't about me. You can view that on your own time. But you can see the different loot crates that I did on my Ko-Fi, or Coffee, however you want to pronounce it. I did a Persona one, I did a Banjo-Kazooie one, I did a Dragon Ball Z one. So various themes that I've done before. But all it is it just has stuff inside that I fill it with, like, little goodies. So I have a little card in there. I have, like, you know, stuff that they find interesting. They love Monster Hunter. They find, you know, the little sweets cute and delectable. They love Persona 5, all this stuff. So, and I also incorporated like a little sticker, and I do have like keychain versions of these too. But again, all that is in my Ko-Fi. If y'all want one, you can get one. It's not about me, but that's what I'm working on today, because I figured it would be easy. It's going to take up some time. I got to wait for the paint to dry in most cases, so that's what I am working on over here. You got any more questions? Ask me later. Oh, gosh. But back to this interview. So let me get back to where I last left off on my questions. Here we go. Oh, this was an interesting one. So, what is one of your biggest pet peeves as a content creator?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think about that one.
Take your time, because I'm going to be playing catch up on trying to basically paint the sides of this loot crate. So, I can list several pet peeves of mine, but at the same time, I feel like I would be hurting somebody's feelings if I listed all of them truthfully and honestly. Oh shoot, I left this card outside.
Right.
But I'm to the point where I'm just like, I don't really care, because some folks be talking out the side of the neck, and I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna put you in your place. I'm sorry. We're not doing this today. And yes, very much facts. I think that was Otaku. I saw their name just briefly before it went off the chat screen for me. But yes, Sesu is an amazing, comfy streamer, which is why I appreciate vibing in your streams.
Ooh, yeah. Soul's got a good one. Yeah, just in general, like, people that don't read the chat rules before they come in. That part. I hate this as a content creator and as a viewer. Like, for example, the other day I was watching a corporate VTuber, and a person came in that, like, I had seen them in a different stream, and they just were not following any sort of chat rules, and it was so annoying. I'm like, come on, buddy. Come on, they're right there. Just
every time.
Read for like 2 seconds.
And they pop up like right when you enter the stream for like most streamers on the platform. So it's like, but you know, people are just like, well, I know I'm not going to be an ass. I'm just going to click through it and ignore all these. And I'll be honest, I sometimes do that too. But at the same time, I do peep the rules just in case I do something out of line. Because I just feel like it's common sense to not just come in there and make it seem like you're really comfy cozy with the streamer unless you know them personally. Do not come in there like, oh, I'm gonna make a haha funny joke, and it's also like slightly offensive or come off as rude or know-it-all, especially like when you're gaming and someone says, oh, well, you know, such and such used to do this before he actually died before the end. I'm like, my guy, you just got here.
Like, I don't know you like that.
I don't know you at all. And you over here explaining to me and my community how much you know about this game that you are just sniffing the ass hairs of. And I don't get that. I don't get what provokes people to do that when it comes to their other people's streams. And I'm just like,
yeah,
calm down, my guy. It's not that bad. Go touch some grass. Huff some leaves if you have to. Even some weed. Like, I don't know what you need in your life, but you need something to get you off this ego or high that you just have to basically spoil or just ruin the atmosphere of a space that people are opening up and being vulnerable in terms of like maybe their first time playing through, or maybe they're already an expert themselves. I still to this day get folks who'll come into my Ace Attorney streams and be like, well, you know, da happened here. I'm like, my guy, you realize
that's so annoying.
I've played through every single Ace Attorney game except for Apollo Justice, but I know lore-wise what happens in that game. You ain't got to tell me nothing about Ace Attorney. I'm over there huffing it before I actually go live with it most of the time on stream. Don't come in here with that. So understandable about that pet peeve. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I had one viewer that was actually really good about this. If you ever end up playing, like, just anyone, if you ever end up playing on stream, like, Rakuen or Mr. Saito, there's a person that is very much into this game that will probably show up into your chat, but they're so polite about it, because they're like, I don't want to ruin your experience. I just want to see, like, how you react to things. And I'm like, you're wonderful, you're great.
Yes,
like,
I love those types of people, because I'm one of those people where it's just like the other day I hear Salem and I'm so mad nobody else can hear that. I heard Salem's entrance perfectly. but no, one of my VTuber brothers. So like, I play Kingdom Hearts. I wouldn't say I'm the best lore junkie when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts lore is a whole it's a web of like events and shit that happens in that game. Love it, but good God, if you ask me to say, like, you know, the event of things that happen in every game, I wouldn't have an answer for you, because I really just don't know. I'm just about as confused as most people who are just playing it roughly casually. But I know a good bit to where I'm just like, you can make a joke that's Kingdom Hearts related, and I'd be like, haha, yeah, I get that. But I know Sheppy started playing the Kingdom Hearts series recently, and there were some points where he was asking questions and, you know, playing through, and I'm just sitting there silently, and I'm just like, I ain't gonna say shit.
Right.
I ain't gonna say shit. I want to see your genuine reaction to these things and what happens, because like, I think he's going through 3 right now, and he came across the lucky emblems, and I'm just sitting here trying my best not to scream in his chat saying, you're gonna hear this at least a good 600 times. Get used to hearing, look, Sora, a lucky emblem. I'm so sorry, Sheppy. Enjoy. Oh God.
I feel that with Undertale.
Oh yes, because
sometimes it feels like, you know, that meme of the person that's like holding their like mouth so hard and they're like bulging and sweating. I'm like,
yes,
that's how I feel. I can't ruin the experience.
Yes.
Oh God.
Because like, I'm glad that nobody ruined the experience of me playing Deltarune Chapter 2 for the first time, because there was a couple of gotchas in there. The one where the dog scene happens with the car. And I was like, oh, am I dead? And then me thinking,
I think I saw you do that.
Yes.
And then I like went to my friends because I was like, I've never seen this before.
That was like because I didn't ruin myself with watching the full playthrough. Like I saw bits and pieces of chapter 2, but I never saw it all the way through. And so that was my first time actually playing it through and seeing the story without getting interrupted too much or getting too distracted to where I couldn't really follow it. And so when that happened to me, I was like, oh my God, I was not expecting this at all. So I love the fact that, you know, people do, good people, good viewers will respect the streamer's experience when they're just playing through it for the first time. And you get to see their genuine reaction. Because I prefer that versus it being spoiled and they just be like, oh, well, I know this is coming up. So, but yeah. Do you have any other pet peeves that came to mind during our conversation? Or was that just one of the main ones?
I think that's the biggest. Yeah.
That's fair. Very fair and valid. So, moving on, what is something that you do within your space to actively bring other POC and BIPOC individuals together?
Let's see. Trying to think, because a lot of times I feel like the easiest thing would be yes, collabing with other like POC people, but I don't really collab all that much. Beetle is right. I do like to commission a lot of POC people when I can. Yeah, I try to go out of my way to find POC artists and creators because, like, one, I know they're gonna do me well, right?
Right.
And then two, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's kind of like when you think about like supporting Black business, right? And like you kind of wanting to help the money circulate in like Black communities and stuff.
Right.
I feel like that with like POC communities because I feel like artists are kind of almost just the same way. Like they're passing the same $20 over. Yeah, I support financially a lot where I can. I like to support my friends. During February in particular, I only like raid to Black VTubers.
Yes, same.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, some people it's like, oh, this is my friend, and then some people it's like, well, let's find someone new. Like the other day I had a friend who was like, can I recommend you someone to stream to like raid to? And now I have a new like Black POC person that I can hang out with.
Very nice. But yeah, I also agree when it comes to showing support to like other artists who are in the BIPOC POC space when it comes to commissioning them, because I'd usually try to go to them before anyone else, and I'm actively trying to do that for art for a model that pretty much very small few folks have probably seen fleshed out, if you're not already paying me on Ko-Fi for the license agreement to say, hey, I ain't gonna speak about this, but I at least see the tea. And I'm like, yeah, you gonna pay that commercial fee, because I ain't telling you nothing that's coming out in the future for free. You gonna give me my bag. But I am looking for various BIPOC and POC artists for that purpose, because when it comes to my debut, I want to showcase their work to my community and how well they did, you know, whether it be like my curls, my skin tone. Please, for the love of God, I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure I can trust those in the BIPOC spaces that they'll get my hair tone right, but
Right.
skin tone right, excuse me. But again, you do find some, not in that space, but you do find some art commissioners that I found just completely ignore the palette, and it's just like, I don't understand why this is so hard.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's right there. I'm giving it to you for free 99, and yet you still choose to ignore it. But you know what? Go off. Do whatever you want. So, but any case, when it comes to some of your goals and milestones, what are some that you wish to hit this for this year?
It's difficult because it's like, I feel like I do want to hit number milestones, but it's also like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I think some of my milestones have to do with honestly getting to know more like game devs and being able to show off more indie games. So I guess it's more around sponsorships as opposed to like numeric goals.
And that's a good goal to have, actually. No, that's a really good goal to have. Honestly, that networking piece is really beneficial when it comes to content creators. Like, I know a lot of people are afraid to shoot their shot in this space, but it really does help you out to network and venture out of your comfort zone so frequently. Because what that does is that gets your name out there more by other people. Because again, if somebody comes to me and says like, hey, you know any comfy cozy streamers that I should be checking out or something like that, I can be like, well, you got Sesu Rescue, you got this person over here, and you got this other person over here, or anything to that nature or caliber when it comes to those types of things. So I love the fact that you are wanting to branch out and find more game devs, because the other thing that's beneficial to that is when it comes to like showcasing stuff is like, you may get a chance to showcase stuff on what is it, like what's the comfy the comfy showcase that comes through every now and then for
Wholesome?
indies. Which one did you say?
Is it the Wholesome Direct?
Yes, that one, and then also a couple of other showcases where they'll get like people to like play their games and like test them out and like be able to showcase them, or either just write reviews about them, because I think you would be really good at that personally. So that's a really good incentive to have.
When it comes to like events that do like games to play, some of the ones that come to mind, which is also good for you if you ever want to check it out, there's the Latin American Game Showcase. Sometimes they have people play demos for it. There's the women-led games that just started putting out a form for their showcase next month.
Okay.
That they also like are like, hey, you can like check out and play demos as well for us.
Gotcha. Very cool. So the next thing I have for you is, and you might have already answered this, but I'm just genuinely curious about it too, is if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
I think I'd like to be remembered as that one cute streamer that like showed me a really cool game that I liked.
That's an awesome way to be remembered, honestly. Because then you can just be like,
the cute is required.
The cute is required. Love that. I love that. So what is one of the best compliments that you've ever received as a content creator? See, these are the easy questions. We haven't gotten to the hard ones yet.
Oh, these are still easy.
These are still easy because they're about yourself. We're about to dive into some other stuff.
Oh man. All right, let me think about this.
Take your time, because I honestly have to think about that for myself as well, because I've gotten compliments before, but it's just like, what's one that was just really, really meaningful to me? Actually, no, I know of one. I'm not going to expose them, but one person here has said one of the nicest things that I've ever received as a content creator, and I'm just like, well, so you're just gonna make me cry. It's all right. It's fine. I needed to shed some tears, because boy howdy, I hide my emotions so much. I really do. Like, I had somebody who I dated for a while tell me that he was trying to get their brother to try and read me, and it's just like, I can't get a read on her. I'm like, yeah, because I poker face a lot, and I just genuinely don't know how to show my emotions all that well. I suck at that.
Mood. Well, actually, no, it's the opposite for me. I pretty much just wear my emotions on my sleeve.
I mean, I do that too, but when it comes to, like, I guess in certain instances where I want to show an amount of appreciation for, like, let's say a gift on my birthday, and I don't value materialistic things like super highly. Like, I already know, like, I'm very thankful for my community for getting me that Rio pillowcase. I'm very thankful for that, but it's like, I still don't know how to be, like, ecstatic about it and not come off as like, all right, well, you need to take a chill pill, and then not so emotionally removed to the point where it's just like, well, damn, we worked so hard to get her this and she doesn't even appreciate it. And so a lot of times I'm just like, I'm glad I have to type this in text, because part of me wants to wail and scream and howl, because I'm like, this is so amazing. Like, y'all are great. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to come off as a weirdo because I appreciate it. So it's those types of things where it's just like, I don't know how to express myself, because I don't want anybody feeling like I'm not appreciative of what they did for me.
Right.
That's the last thing I want for anybody who does anything for me. You still thinking? I'm sorry.
No, I think I got it. It's so funny because it's so random. Like, it's not even like a big, like, huge ass compliment or anything, but I have a friend, and I am gonna call them out. They're not here, but I'm gonna call them out because I love them. Skirb, who at one point, like, you know, I upload my VODs and stuff, and, like, you know, it just doesn't get a lot of viewership. That's fine, that's whatever. But you know, I'm just like, I do a lot of work for this. I'm kind of annoyed. Well, not annoyed. I'm just kind of, like, tired. Like, do I want to keep doing this?
Right.
And now it's easier for me. It doesn't matter. This was, like, a couple of years ago. And Skirb was like, oh, are you gonna upload this VOD? I missed it and I wanted to watch it. And I'm like, in tears, like, okay, Skirb, I'll do it for you.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Like, that's what I mean. That's why I ain't gonna call nobody out here. Like, there's so many people I could call out who have made me feel that way when it comes to content, but it's always a great feeling when a viewer comes up to you and says, hey, I wanted to watch your VOD, or hey, I checked out your VOD and blah blah blah, or hey, I checked out your content, is good stuff over here. And it's just like, you actually consume my content? You mean I'm just not like an invisible ghost just doing this for no reason? Like, I appreciate that so much. And it's just really a good feeling. So I love that you're getting those accolades, because they're very well deserved, Sesu. Like, for real. When
Thank you.
Again, you are one of my comfy streamers, so I'm very glad to have you a part of Uppies for Beauties and Baddies. Uh, so the next question I have, which it might get a little bit harder, but it may be easy. What is the worst criticism you've ever received?
Oh yeah, I can do this. Easy peasy.
Not easy, not this, not this.
This messed me up for like a week.
No.
So I used to have a viewer, and I won't name names, but I've told this story to a few friends, so they might know. I used to have a viewer, and they were pretty cool, and I had introduced them to, like, I did a raid, and I introduced them to another viewer that they vibed with a little bit better, and I'm like, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. Like,
right.
This is why I have friends. You're allowed to vibe with other people. And at one point, I had stopped seeing them, and I was like, maybe they're busy. It doesn't really matter. And then I had gone to my friend's stream, and I saw them there, and I was like, oh, hey. And they're like, oh, hey. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen you in a bit. Hope you're doing well. And they're like, yeah, I just like the chat over here better. And I'm just like,
no, please tell me they didn't say that, please.
They said that to me.
No.
like I get it. You gotta be with the streamer that like vibes with you better, and I understand. And like this other person that streams, like, their stream is usually bumping. They stream in a different like vibe than I do, and that's fine. But I was just like, you don't gotta tell me.
Right, you could have kept that to yourself.
You could have kept it to yourself.
Oh my god.
I didn't need to know.
I'm sorry, Sesu. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. I'm over it now.
Oh god.
And sometimes I see them and I'm just like, oh hey, how's it going? But like for a week I was like, I need to lay down.
No. Also, I saw Tig's question, and it was a mistake on my part to actually read that, but Tig is asking, whose woke seal is this? And I have to acknowledge Tig, because they're the person who gave me the amazing name for Bald at Midday, which is this lovely being right here. So, yeah, there you go. But yeah, that is Harvey, Tig.
Yeah, he's Harvey. He's my seal mascot. I usually use text to speech with him, but today I didn't want to. It's a little a lot. But my viewers have a lot of fun with him and give him strange and fun backstories. And at some point, I think we decided that he was mixed. So I'm like, it's February. He needs it. It's his month too.
Exactly. Oh, that is beautiful. All right. So I have 3 more questions to ask, but also I wanted to do a quick check to see how you were doing. Do you need a break, hydrate, all that stuff? Because we can do that now before we dive into that, or continue going.
I can always take a pee break.
Okay. So we will do that. Would 15 minutes or so be appropriate, or less? What we feeling like?
I don't need that long. We could do like 10. I'll get up and stretch my legs or something.
10 minutes sounds good. So let's take a quick break. Give our viewers time to stretch. Give us and the guests time to stretch and hydrate as well. And we will be back shortly.
Yeah, especially you viewers. Go pee. Go
That's
stretch.
Right.
Go get some food and water. It's very important.
Go do the things. And we are back. So those of y'all just joining in, well, first off, I hope you guys took the time to get up, go stretch, do whatever you needed to do. But those of y'all just joining the stream, hello, welcome to a stream series that I would like to call Uppies for Beauties and Baddies, the BIPOC POC experience, where I, your host, Blaze at Midnight, the baddest drag queen Vtuber here on Twitch, invites some incredibly talented creatives to spend a little time with me while getting grilled in the Dragon's Den. Today we have Sesu Rescue, who is discussing themselves, their journey into content creation, and anything else they wish to speak their truth on. Mods drop the socials, viewers peek the chat, and be sure to follow these beauties and baddies to know where it's at. Time to celebrate and elevate it. Let's get it poppin'. Alright, so with that said, again, I forgot to address this at the beginning of stream, and those of y'all who saw the announcement, if you do have any questions for our guests, or myself even, but really we want to focus on the guests, please make sure to ask it in chat. The mods will grab it and put them in a place to where we address all questions towards our guests towards the end. So anything that may pique your mind, definitely drop it in chat. Do not be shy. We will try our best to get through them towards the end. But with that said, I'm gonna move on to the next question I have for you, which is, if you could stream content anywhere in the world, where would you be and why?
I could stream content anywhere.
Anywhere.
A cat cafe.
Oh. That was so quick. So why the cat cafe?
I love cat cafes.
So
I just want to spend all my time there, they're just they're babies. So I could be doing something like hand cam stream, crochet, but then also look at these cats. You know?
My god. That's very valid though. Very valid and cute. And also, I guarantee you a lot of people will come in for the cats too. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm jealous." Because the way that
I would come in for the cats.
The way that people have dog cams or cat cams for their streams, I'm just like, yeah, y'all lucky I ain't got a pet. Because otherwise, I would be doing the same thing. Be like, look at this dog, look at the baby, appreciate him, please. Give him pets from a virtual stance, please. They deserve it. But that's honestly very real. I don't think we have any cat cafes that I know of in my area, but it is an interesting venue that somebody just said, yes, this should be a thing. But also I see do you consider cat cafes therapeutic to some degree? Going
absolutely,
there?
Yeah. Especially when you can find a cat cafe that you can just kind of vibe in for a bit, because it's usually it's a lot more quieter because you don't want to agitate the cats.
Right.
Usually they'll have food and drink for you. I guess depending on the cafe. Most of the cafes that I've been to have had food and drink. And it's just cozy. You can just mind your own business, get up and take a break and pet a cat if you want. Maybe a cat will come to you and you'll have a little buddy.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
So, question, at cat cafes, do they have let's say you wanted to adopt one, could you potentially adopt one of the cats from the cat cafe, or are they obligated to kind of just stay there, whoever owns it?
Usually, okay, again, this is only from where I've been. Most of the cat cafes that I've seen in my area and in Seattle, they're very most if not all of the cats are adoptable.
Okay.
The ones that I've seen in Seattle, they have resident cats, so they just they're the cafe cats that are there to help other cats get acclimated. But then they'll also have adoptable cats. One has normal adoptable cats. Another one is very particular to there's a feline disease that cats can get called FIV.
Oh.
And so they mostly if not, I think all of their cats have like FIV. So it's just a little bit better to help get those cats out, because it's like if you don't have a cat, or if you have a cat that's already FIV like positive, like it's easy peasy, and it's usually not too much extra work, but you know, there's the stigma around it, and people sometimes are some kind of way about it. But then here where I am currently, and I live like in a mountain state now, from the places that I like to go to, I think like all of their cats are adoptable, which can sometimes be like, oh, we have very low cats, because a lot of them have gotten adopted. Which is great, to be honest.
Right.
Like,
it's like at least they found their forever home.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I've never been to a cat cafe, so I always am, you know, curious about like how that works. And then the ones that I guess like the other question that I have, I'm sorry, we've gotten on to a tangent about cat cafes now.
It's a very important question.
It is, but do they have like rules and regulations in terms of like making sure that, you know, obviously people aren't going to come in there and do any kind of harm to like, you know, the cats or other people, or, you know, things that they may not be aware of, like, you know, maybe dangerous to feed cats, especially for the ones that have like food and stuff like that there.
Yeah, they usually have a lot of rules around like, don't feed them people food, and they'll be like, hey, this cat's a culprit that will eat food, so watch out for them. They usually have rules about like, you know, not picking up the cats. But I mean, if they crawl onto you, like, they've crawled onto you, there's nothing you can do about it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, just generally stuff to make them feel safe. And depending on the cat cafe, sometimes at the end they'll give you snacks to feed them. Again, it depends on the area and the cat cafe.
Gotcha. See, now I want to go to the cat cafe now. All right, so moving on, do you see yourself as a content creator or a VTuber 10 years down the road?
Good question. Like, obviously, I'd like to think that I'd be here a long time, but I mean, let's be honest, like, I'm neurospicy. I could drop or pick up a hobby at any point.
Right.
I think I would like to say that I don't know. I can't imagine anything else I'd be doing. Like, it's not like I plan on child rearing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be like at the same capacity that I am now, because like I stream consistently. So I don't know, maybe in 10 years I'm still streaming, but a little less consistently.
Right. Because that is something that I've always sort of wondered, because, you know, what's his name? Matt Pat just retired. And so I couldn't tell you how long he's been on the creative content creation scene. I just know he's been out here for a while. And so I wonder, you know, years down the road, for those of them content creators who are either older or younger, depending on like when you first got into it, will you still be streaming future state ultimately? Because we do have some older content creators on the Twitch platform who I actually follow and look at their content somewhat regularly. And I just wonder, like, you know, how long are they going to be in this industry doing this? Like, is there it's going to be the thing that they do, like, you know, till they die, or is it just going to be, you know, maybe once you hit a certain milestone or threshold, either with your viewers or with yourself age wise? It is something that just ultimately piques my interest when it comes to other people who come onto the platform, because though I've started since, what is it, 2018, 2017, 18-ish. a lot of people who I thought would never leave Twitch have left Twitch, or just don't stream anymore. And I'm just like, I never really got an answer as to why they stopped.
Right.
I know sometimes it's, due to mental health or other reasons, or just, time. Maybe they just found a job that's just like, it pays them better, it pays them well, and they just don't have that spark anymore to do content creation anymore.
Right.
But I am curious about, like, what are people's sort of like deal breakers or reasons for leaving the space when it gets to that point, or if they just say, you know what, I'm never giving up, I'm gonna keep doing this till the end of time.
Right.
So because I couldn't tell you
I feel
that
like
for myself.
Yeah, and I feel like some of it also has to do with like the pacing, because I mean, like, I feel like a lot of people, like, they're big or trying to get big, so
Right.
their pacing is just not really at like a sustainable like amount for them. And I feel like a lot of people, like, they'll drop out because they're just like, I'm burnt out, I've been doing this way too much.
Exactly. And it's understandable too, because there have been times where, and I've said this before, even before my VTuber debut, where I was just like, yeah, I kind of just want to quit.
Yeah.
I won't want to do this anymore. I just kind of want to quit. I'm good. So, and just basically do like my previous friends who just kind of up and left and didn't say a word. And I'm just like, as long as they're living their best life, that's all I wish, is just for their happiness. If they just up and leave, I'll be hurt, yes, but I just wish for them to have the best of whatever they're looking for.
You also just want them to be okay.
Yes.
And like happy.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question I have for you is, what is one hobby or skill you feel others may not know about you, but you would like to showcase on stream more?
I feel like I'm so upfront with every single hobby that I do that I feel like all of my usual viewers are like, yeah, Ceci's into this and this and this. I guess one thing that I don't really do that often, because I'm still like very beginner at it, is that I mean, I do piano. So
okay.
I'm like maybe a little over a year into piano. And so sometimes I'll like practice on stream, because I'm like, well, we're co-working and I need to do this, so y'all are just gonna have to listen to my shitty piano. But I would like, in the future when I'm better at it, like, they're still gonna hear it regardless, but when I'm like, cool and can actually do a song without like fucking it up, that's actually pretty interesting, like, I'd like to show that on stream for friends and people. I really think it's cool. I just think like music content creators in general are pretty neat. I watch a couple of piano ones and I'm just like, man, that'd be really neat. Like, I watch Laura Shigihara.
Okay.
And it's so interesting because, like, she's a very accomplished pianist and she has like her own stuff, so she'll play her own stuff, but then sometimes she'll do like requests. So I remember one day I was watching her do like a KK Slider like cover in like some different genre. It's so fun.
That's amazing. I love KK Slider.
Yeah.
I love
also,
KK
my
Slider
fiance
songs.
is yelling at me because he keeps telling me to stream piano.
Oh my god. Oh, well, that leads me into my next segment of questions regarding other VTubers and content creators. So, I already heard you mention one, but who would you say would be your top 3 most influential VTubers or content creators in your life, and how did they impact you?
Let's see. Oh, I just messed this up. Number one, most influential, that's had the biggest impact in my life. Most definitely, Plush Poppy, aka Ronnie.
Aww.
We met in my stream. I was playing like a roguelike game, and we met, and we just really hit it off, and just like I feel like I can go to him for anything, you know, in terms of like asking about content stuff or just like general friend stuff. And I just think that, like, you know, getting a lot of different advice and stuff from him has really helped me elevate my own streaming stuff, and it's just been very influential to me.
Nice.
Let's see, who else? Another influential streamer, also a VTuber. He's a 3D VTuber. His name is Space Pirate Fen. And he's the type of 3D streamer that knows how to work in Unity, and so a lot of his content is like very custom based, and like his whole setup is like he's like a space pirate, so he's on a ship, and his whole setup is like this ship that he's made in Unity.
That's where I recognize that name from, because I remember you raided into him, and I was like, that's so dope.
It's so cool. He's just like very influential, because I'm just like, man, how the fuck did you do this? Like, that's so cool. So I really appreciate that. And I mean, even though I can't really do too much of that like on my side, because I mean, I'm not a 3D VTuber, I don't know how to Unity, but just seeing like the creativity that he has is really, you know, interesting to me. Let's see. Number 3. I'm trying to think of VTubers or content creators.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's so hard.
I told you we were gonna dive into the harder questions.
You did.
Don't get comfy.
You did. All right. Well, if I'm gonna be uncomfy, you're gonna be uncomfy because
How
you're
dare.
also in a you're very close. I don't know if you're top 3 or top 5, but I also find you very influential.
Oh no, not this.
Yeah.
Dang it. I was trying my best to escape it. Oh my god.
Take it. Take my love.
Oh, fine. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's just like I find it very influential how like close you and your chat are, just how like you do a lot of different things that all like really work out well. Like you do a lot of charity stuff, which is really nice. Like you do just a lot of games, and you like I love all of the voices that you do. And it's very much like a oh man, when's Blaze gonna get into the voice actor career?
How do I end the stream? I would like to leave. I'm very shy about my voice. I would like to leave. Oh god. But I appreciate it. I really do. Because it is one of my passions. It's just I don't know how to break through that barrier successfully. Because I know I've reached out to like multiple voice actors and actresses in regards to that. And I do have a what is it? Calling, whatever that site is. It's been a minute
Cast and
since I've
Call.
been there. Yes, I do have one of those, but I haven't like updated or like put any kind of like reels and stuff like that because I actually have to sit down and do that, and that's like one of the hardest things for me to do is sit down and record myself. Even though I've done it before multiple times, I just hate having to do that. I really do, because I feel like it takes up so much of my time, and then on top of that, trying to perfect my craft when it comes to those types of things or auditions or reels. So but I'm glad you like my voices.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so my next question that I have for you is, what are your top 3 must-haves when it comes to consuming either their content or anybody's content that you choose to explore and venture out on your own and check out?
Okay. Number 1, they need to mute if they eat on stream. That is the biggest thing for me. I have like my ears can't do it.
Oh,
So when I look for a creator, I'm like,
oh no.
you can eat on stream, but you gotta mute it.
Oh, but honestly, yes. I'm the same. I'm the same way. I can't stand smacking sounds. It's just
Yeah, and it's like, I want to be like, I understand you've maybe been streaming for like 10 hours. You need to eat. Please eat. Take care of yourself, but also mute.
Yes.
And that's why I'm really, really, really like anal about when I have to snack on stream. I'm very
same.
making sure like I mute. I'm like as far away as possible. I'm like, they cannot know that I chew.
Like, unless I'm doing like purposeful ASMR for like snacks and stuff like that, which I hardly ever do. I hardly ever do that for like mukbangs and stuff like that. But I just really feel uncomfortable smacking and eating in other people's ears. So I usually, because I did that yesterday when I was streaming Yakuza, I had to mute my mic and people thought I was talking and I'm like, no, I'm eating. So if you see my mouth, like sometimes when I actually am like talking behind the stream and I haven't mentioned anything about like going to eat, by all means, please tell me that I'm muted because I may not know. But if I'm sitting there and I'm usually making this amount of like movements with my mouth, I'm eating. I am eating. I'm starving myself. I know my chat yells at me to eat all the time and I'm like, I'm doing the good. Let me be. Let me stay behind this muted mic because y'all don't want to hear me smack and crunch on food. I promise.
Yeah, usually my mouth will go like bob bob.
Yep.
So I'm just like, guys, I'm eating. Don't worry about it.
Yes. The other 2.
Yeah, what are the other 2? I honestly can't watch people that are like too loud and like chaotic all the time.
Fair. Very
Because I'm just
valid.
like, I'm tired. I can't keep up with this. Like, I know that people love it and I'm like, great, but I'm like, I'm tired. I'm old. I can't do it.
No.
And then lastly, I mean, this, like, I hope people are like this, but they gotta be nice, Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see people that are like really rude to their chat unless they're all in on the joke and it's like, oh,
yes,
like a short thing that they do, like it's a bit.
Yes. That part. So that's one thing that, I'm sorry, I know this ain't about me. But going back to the pet peeves thing, one of my biggest pet peeves, because I've seen this so many times be posted by multiple VTubers on Zitter, Twitter, whatever you want to call that site. Being bullied by chat. And so, or like just random viewers. Again, going back to that whole new viewer. Hey, you're a VTuber, so that means I get free range to bully you. No, that does not mean that. That does not mean that at all. Like, I get that you're used to idol culture or used to, like, your favorite Oshi who may be bullied and they're okay with being bullied on chat for multiple reasons. But not every VTuber is comfy with that kind of mindset when you come into their chat and they know nothing of who you are, or even like regular sometimes where it's just like they think the VTuber or streamer is comfy with that. But sometimes they take it a little bit too far where it's just like, now you've crossed the line and we need to reel it back in some, because you just don't go down that path unless there's consent from both parties from that perspective. So Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is one thing that really bothers me, unless it's like, it's a bit being played, and it's just like, haha, cute, whatever. But me as a new viewer, unless I'm also on the bid and stuff like that, I still won't say anything. I'll just be like, oh, that's cute. I'm gonna still sit back over here because, I don't know this streamer and I don't know this community all that well, so I'm gonna just vibe and see what's happening.
Right, because it's like, sometimes my chat makes fun of me, but it's like light joking in which we're all in on the joke, like I'm already laughing, they're laughing, and like if I'm not having fun, like I'll tell them,
Right. It's that mutual respect that you just have to have between the streamers and the viewers. All right. So
Man, I am struggling so hard with this piece. I don't know why.
Oh no. I believe whatever you do on stream, it's going to turn out fantastic. I'm excited for it. And I am literally going to watch this VOD after stream because I need to see what you put together.
Yeah. A quick thing. Alex, if you're listening, please come up. I need your help. I need your help taking this apart. He heard me.
Good. Beautiful. So, I know we talked about must-haves, but now, what are your top 3 traits you dislike seeing in a VTuber? We probably just went over one of them, if not multiples of them.
Yeah, people being really mean to their streamer, to their chat, or the streamer. Let's see, things I don't like to see. Okay, this is a strange one, and this is just me. Like, I just personally can't do this. I have no problem with this. People are allowed to do their streams however they want. I'm not very comfortable when people like flirt with the chat. I'm just like, oh, I'm not here for that.
Right.
And like, it's definitely just a me thing. I have no problem against people doing it. Just for me, this is how it is constructed. Just for me, I'm like, I'm not very comfortable, and that's okay. Because I mean, if I'm not comfortable, I'll just leave, or I'll be like, I'm dealing with it,
Right. Okay, well, you're missing part of it.
I'm missing a part.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, these guys.
No, those are here. I had to take them off because they're the problem I'm having right now.
What's the problem?
Here, let me show you really quickly. Okay, so, I'm just personally not comfy with people flirting with the chat, just for me, because I don't like to be flirted with like that. Lastly, there's... Yeah, people that are just a little too chaotic, like that all the time.
Yeah. Very valid.
And again, it's definitely just like a me thing. Like, people are allowed to be chaotic. Just for me, I'm like,
I see.
It's the same with me. Because, like, I know I have chaotic streams. And I get, like, not everybody's going to like my chaotic streams. Not everybody's going to like my chill streams. More of my chaotic streams is usually whenever I'm playing, like, regular games. And people just...
But usually you still have, like, a lull period,
This wasn't pushed all the way down?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You got it?
And that's what I like. Yeah, you got it.
Awesome.
Because, yeah, it's like, usually if I have, like, time to breathe, then I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Cool. I'm alright with a little bit of chaos.
Exactly. Like, I'm one of those, again, I don't like to be on 10 all the time. I know I can get that way to a segment of my stream, and I don't mind that. But I can't be high energy, like, haha, yes, we're gonna do this. Blah, 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 blah. And I know so many VTubers who are on that vibe all the time. And I'm like, how do you do this? Because I would be so tired at the end of my stream. And it's just like, as much as I want to stick around and vibe and support them, which I do to some degree with certain VTubers, it's just, I usually leave them on heavy lurk when they're just that chaotic for a very, very, very long period of time, because I'm like, I can't right now. my social battery is drained for one. Two, it's just like being here. Like, no offense to your stream, it's just I'm drained just by seeing how much is going on in here. But it's like, I'm glad that you're entertaining your chat. I'm glad that they're having fun. They're vibing. You're doing your thing. And by all means, go off. I just need a place to vibe and chill and relax, which is why, again, I typically gravitate towards like the chill, cozy, narrative streamers, because that's just more of my speed. Whenever I'm not streaming, I want to go to those types of streamers, so that way I can unwind and not have to feel pressured to be like, oh god, I gotta chat, there's so much shit happening in stream, I don't know what's going on, like, please help me out. So not all the time, but a good majority of the time, I'm usually there to just kind of chill and observe and chat at my leisure, and it's not like always on 10 all the time. So
Right.
Very valid and good points. How do you typically find VTubers or other content creators? Do you go via raids? Do you do some searching on yourself? Do you gain it through word of mouth, Twitter? Name some ways of how you typically find others in this space.
I feel like sometimes I find people on Twitch, like especially when it's during Steam Next Fest, because I'll usually try to raid other Steam Next Fest people. So I'll usually find people that way. Sometimes it's like Twitter for You page, where I'll see different VTubers and go, oh, that's cool. A lot of the times it's a friend going, oh, I think you would vibe really well with this person. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Very dope. So you're going to check out Pizza. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Let me stop. Pizza's literally going to come in here and be like, now Blaze. And I'm just going to be like, well, I guess it's time for me to leave.
I mean, like, so a lot of people that you've raided to that, like, I've met through your raids, like, oh, God, I can't remember anyone's name. One person cooks, one person travels.
Oh, I know Blurta Bites is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I think they are back on their hiatus again, which it happens. I know Blurta in IRL, so if I need to ever get a hold of them, I can. But I think they just more so want to focus on themselves, which is very valid. But Blurta is a wonderful, wonderful content creation, because when she entered this space, she really could have had partner within like a few days, just because she has that energy, she has that vibe, she has that creative mind. And she's just been to multiple places around the world, and it's just like, I'd love to see her thrive more on this platform, and she does a great job with content creation. But I also know content creation can be a full-time job a good majority of the time. So I'm glad she's taking time to herself to work on herself, and also realize how much goes into it to kind of play catch up, especially nowadays, compared to where she started versus having to start over again to a degree, but still build back up and continuously grow in the direction that she wants to go. So I hope she's doing well. I'm probably going to check in on her at some point in time, but yeah, I don't know anybody else. I know I've rated some other VTubers, but
yeah, there's another cam streamer that maybe I found through Blurta Bites. She also does she's also in Japan, and she does travel in Japan, and it's just really fun to watch, you know.
Nice. I love those types of creators that you can find, and it's just like, oh, I like hearing about your experiences and stuff. So those are always the nice, fun, cozy creatives. Ooh, this is a good one. So name one, not me. Name one VTuber who you would love to collab with one day, that who you haven't collab with before.
Yeah, easy. My buddy, Yuki the Oni.
Oh, Yuki!
I love her. She's very nice, very sweet. Honestly, probably one of the few reasons we haven't been able to collab is that I'm so lazy at figuring out collabs, and also our like stream time is a little off.
That is also valid. But I love that. I look forward to y'all collabing together because I've heard only good things about Yuki. I want to say I may have been to their streams like once or twice, but it was a very long time ago because like I try to make my rounds to people who I've either heard or seen in TMM and try to check them out whenever I do manage to catch them go live. And just, you know, I typically observe, see what their vibes are like, how they behave, and then interact with them to see if, you know, they're friendly or not. And if you pretty much treat me coldly, I won't be back.
Right.
But if you do treat me friendly, I will try my best to return again. I know my schedule gets very busy, so if you see me pop into your streams and I haven't been back since, it's not because I hate you, it's just because I'm literally trying to find time for myself to unwind and vibe, and also I have a tendency to, you know, go to my comfy streamers for that sort of solitude and unwindingness that I may need for the day. But I will make my way back in again, so.
Yeah, I feel that really hard because it's like I love supporting all of my different indie friends, and I have so many indie friends, so I'm like, I'll be back, I promise. I'm just giving some love to other people for a little bit.
Right, exactly. And also, I'm going to take another break to introduce those coming in because I see Tomicus right there. Hello, welcome in. So those of y'all just joining the stream and have no idea what's going on right now, welcome everyone to Uppies for Beauties and Baddies, the BIPOC POC experience, where I, your host, Blazette Midnight, the baddest drag queen Vtuber here on Twitch, invite some incredibly talented creatives to spend a little time with me while getting grilled in the Dragon's Den. Today we have Sesu Rescue, who's discussing themselves, their journey into content creation, and anything else they wish to speak their truth on. Mosh drop the socials, viewers peep the chat, and be sure to follow these beauties and baddies to know where it's at. Time to elevate and celebrate. Let's get it poppin'. And so, those of y'all joining, make sure you click the multi link to see both perspectives, because I am doing some art. Sesu, I believe, is putting together a Promare figure. Please go check them out. I mean that with my whole heart and soul. You have to report to me in terms of what they are doing, because I'm very jealous. I can't have it on screen and look over and be like, oh, it's so pretty. But best believe I'm gonna watch this VOD afterwards. And also,
I'll spoil you on it. I'm still on page 1.
Listen, that's okay. I'm still. You're gonna post finish pics of it once you do finish it, though, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Good, because I have to see that. I love Leo so much, and I'm like, oh, I'm jealous. I love the gay because I have like their Nindos, like Leo and God, what's his name? What is
Gala?
His name? Yeah, Gala. Nindos. And so I'm just like, I have the gay boys. I'm sorry. I'm fangirling. Let me calm down.
No, it's fine. Please, fangirl. They're awesome. They're amazing. I think when it came out in theaters, I saw it like 3 times.
Yeah. Oh God. Valid. Very valid. Listen, you know what? I need to set up another movie night with Promare again, so my community gets introduced to it. So that way, people who missed the first one get introduced to the second one, to it again. And I'm just like, yes, scream with me, please. I think it'll be the 3rd time I actually host it there too. Beautiful.
All right, here's my question to you.
What? Who? What?
Sub or dub or both?
Both.
Both.
Yes. Both.
100% agree.
Both. Because like, as long as the gay is happening, I'm sorry. I'm stop.
You're right. It's like, sub is great because the Japanese voices are great.
Yes.
English is great because the English voices are great.
Yes.
And when it gets to the climax, you can see everything without having to read the subtitles.
Yes. Oh God, it's so good. Like, I need it in my life. Okay, we're gonna get onto the whole Promare topic. I don't need us getting onto that. Not yet, anyway. Next time, though. All right. So, when it comes to your content, do you plan out your content or do you just wing it? And why?
It depends. If I'm well, no, I guess I usually prepare it beforehand. I mean, usually it's like I'm playing a game, I'm continuing a game. So that's easy. And then when I pick up new games, it's usually I do a lot of planning into that because, you know, I want to pick something that I like, but that also is good for stream.
Right.
And also that my viewers would like, because I mean, like, really heavy narrative games I love, but they just don't do too well on my streams, and that's okay. I'm like, I can play this offline, I don't care. But yeah, it's usually like we'll be playing this, but I mean, if I'm like, because I usually do a just chatting segment for like half an hour before I start, and I just go off of vibes on that. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, this really funny thing happened that I wanted to talk about, but otherwise I'm just like, y'all are getting what you're getting, and maybe that's just me talking about soup for the upteenth time.
You can never have enough soup. And details about soup.
Never have enough soup. It's true.
That's right. See, I'm craving some soup right now. I don't have any, but you know, if I did, I would most likely dive into eating that after stream, most likely. Yeah.
Right.
When it comes to content, do you value analytics, money, or community, or try to find a balance between all three when it comes to creating your content?
Well, I am a data scientist, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also, I'm big into data.
Real quick, before you continue on, Tomicus, and also I keep forgetting, those of y'all who do have questions for our guests, or for myself, please feel free to ask them during stream. We will get to them towards the end of stream, but I will say that I will not break the flow of stream to answer it right then. So by all means, Tomicus, you are more than welcome to ask a question, or stream related question. And the mods will grab it, or myself will grab it and put it in the respective chat, and we'll answer it towards the end. So, okay, continue, Sesu. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so I'm a data scientist, so I really like data. So I think the most important to me, not for like, I use this all the time, but I really love seeing data. I love seeing how it works. I love seeing like what works well for my viewers in terms of like what I do and what doesn't work well, like what games work well with you guys, and like things like that. It really helps, things like timing and things like that, even though I'm not going to always change my time because this time works best for me whenever I stream. But, you know, I always love seeing it and seeing what I can do. But then after that, 100% community. When I see regulars, I am so happy. I'm so happy where it's like, you know, we can chat about things, and then I can go like, hey, how did this thing go? Or like, hey, look at that, like, really cool food you made, or look at your cat, they're so wonderful. So I really do love my community.
Nice.
And they're really the most important thing to me. And then I guess after all of that, I look at numbers, but I mean, again, when you come from being a rare pair fanfic writer, you learn really fast not to care about numbers as much.
That is fair. That is one thing I will say I have the hardest at looking at. I will say, like, because I'm very, like, I know I should, but I still don't. Because I genuinely don't. And it's weird to say, I'm sorry. It's really weird to say because I love math and I'm also a computer scientist. I just genuinely don't care about the numbers, and I know I should. Especially if I were to make it like, let's say, a full-time career out of this. I feel like maybe I would care a little bit more, but I just really don't to some degree. And I guess part of the reason I say that too is because it's the same thing in terms of like, let's say, letter grades. I don't want that to define my worth, if that makes sense, because I can make an A on exams all day long, B's, maybe even C's, and maybe I just was having a bad day, or maybe I just didn't study hard, or maybe the professor just really sucks and I just am crappy at it, honestly, until I actually do my own thing and research. And to a degree, you can say the same thing about streaming. Like, sometimes you may have days where viewers may not flock into your stream because they may be busy that day, or it's a holiday and they're spending time with their family, or either maybe they are checking out somebody else that, you know, they just wanted to vibe with for that day, and they'll circle back around to you maybe. But that still doesn't define your worth in terms of like how valid you are as a content creator, because I've seen some of the most talented, and, you know, I'm not trying to say this is like, oh, you don't speak, most people don't speak well in this platform, but just like well-spoken, great pacing, great community, great vibes, and they only have like the average like maybe 10 to 12 viewers, and I'm like, I want to see them up in the 50s because they're amazing at what they do. But because of various variables that I feel come into play, they won't get that visibility. And especially with the way that Twitter and X has been treating the algorithm, it's hard for people to get that traction. Even if you pay Elon Musk the bucks that he is asking for to give you that extra bump or push or whatever, I still be missing like a good majority of people's posts and tweets and traction because it fell suit in one of those gotcha code algorithms that he has the devs writing. Because I have seen where they said, you know, this percentage will boost your traction if you pay for this. Like, I've seen this in JavaScript. I've seen it written out in scripting logic. So I'm like, I'm looking at that and I'm like, I see. So even if I were to pay you, it still wouldn't boost it enough to the point where I would get people to see my content all the time. So why am I paying you? You're not giving me anything for my bucks unless I am a rich person and give you practically all my money for that reason. If you're able to do that, by all means do that. Get your bag, but also don't lose your bag trying to get your bag.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm just like, I know I should care about analytics, but also I don't care because they don't really define who I am, and what I'm doing is necessarily wrong. A lot of my viewers will tell me that verbally versus me just going based off of numbers all the time. So
yeah, because especially if you foster like a nice, safe environment where everyone feels like, you know, safe enough to talk about it, like they'll definitely be like, hey, this isn't really working out for me. And it's like, you know, in a way that you can address it. Like, for example, when I tell my people, hey, I'm really bad at like figuring out my volume stuff, please tell me, or please tell me to change the channel, or like, you know, if I put out like a feedback survey, like they'll tell me like, hey, yeah, this doesn't really work for me, but this is what does. And you're right, it's just a lot more valuable.
That I value that information versus just, oh, well, let me see how many people watch me play Hades. Okay, I had an uptick, and then the other following streams, it went down. Okay, well, maybe people don't like it, or maybe they want to see more of it. I can't really gauge all the time based off of that. Because it may also be the day and the time that I actually play that, which they do have that built into Twitch, by the way, if y'all didn't know that.
Yes.
That is a feature that you can look at. Same thing with like, you know, certain days or times that I stream. Like I've gotten more success streaming longer versus shorter. And that typically comes because people will either raid into me a lot more that day, but sometimes it's just natural progressive growth, and other times it's just whatever. It's like I can't really figure out what that variable may be, but yeah, it's interesting perspectives on that, because I know people will argue this, and I know I've read one of Plush Poppy's tweets about that, and I was like, that's a really, like, it's a good perspective and a debatable, like, it's a good discussion to have, and I want to hear other people's perspectives when it comes to content creation and what their thought process is regarding that. So, very nice. What is one thing that you could do better as a VTuber or content creator?
Be more consistent. Anything. Pick your choice. Mostly it's like I really think I need to be better at marketing myself. Like I used to do TikToks a lot to try and market myself, and I'm tired all the time, but I really need to do better at it. Like they're not gonna find me otherwise.
I get it. And it's like there's so much visibility with TikTok. So much. And I actually see a lot of your content fall on my feed, by the way. Whenever I do, the few rare times that I do open up TikTok, I'm not on there like I used to. But the few times that I open it on my For You page, it's usually your content that lands on my timeline. So I'm like, oh, let me see what Setsu's doing.
Nothing recently.
It's fine. Sometimes it be like that. And take those breaks too. But you know, once you get inspired again, jump back into the fire, because I'm trying to do that too. But we'll see how that goes. I'll get back with y'all in a month. Do you have, or have you ever considered doing 18 plus or not safe for work content? I actually know part of the answer to this.
Wait, what do you know?
You said it before. I think it was during your debut. Your debut for your live 2D model, because I remember I was searching for it.
Remind me, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Your spicy alt. Because don't you have one? Or am I lying? Am I making that up?
No, pretty much my main page can be spicy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like VTuber wise, like I mean, I write spicy fanfic. When I write fanfic, it's been years, but when I write fanfic, I write spicy fanfic. But like, I don't know, like I'm okay with like spicy fan art. I'm like, oh yeah, that's hot, cool,
right.
Good job. I don't particularly feel like I want to do any spicy content myself.
That's fair. That's valid. Which I think I remember you saying something about that regard. It was, I swear I'm not making this up unless I'm just
No, I know you're not making it up. I'm really bad at remembering. Like I have a fish memory.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, this space can be very, because I love consuming spicy and not safe for work art. But I have I guess a general rule, but also just kind of comfort level. So like, for instance, as much as I love my VTuber siblings, and I know they're not real blood family to me, I don't want to see y'all spice.
Right.
Like, get your bag, do whatever you need to do. I don't need to see y'all spice. And do whatever makes you happy. If y'all want to consume my spice, you're more than welcome to do so. I ain't gonna be weirded out by that. But for me personally, I don't want to see that. Like, for instance, I love Segoy. I know he does spicy content. He has a wonderful voice. He has a niche for that content. And I want to see him get his bag for that. I cannot bring myself to go on his Patreon. I can't.
Right.
You can't pay me enough to go on there. I'm just going to be like, I'm happy for you, fam. Do it. You won't see me there, but I'm love that you are putting out that delicious spice for others to consume. Yes, do the thing. So it's just that, and it depends on, I guess, my familiarity with that. Because there's one VTuber who I haven't seen in a while. They're an artist and a VTuber. They put out spicy, very good spicy teasing artwork of themselves, and I immediately followed that account, and I'm like, please post more. I just want to see this. Like, I don't have a romantic relationship with you. It's just I just want to see your VTuber like this. This is all I want. That's all I want. I want to see more of this. Keep posting it, please. Feed me.
Yeah, like, I love seeing art, but you're right. It's like, because, you know, I have a few, like, LewTuber friends, and I'm like, yes, get your shit. I love this for you. I can't be here.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's like, me with fiction, it's like, spice? Yeah, let's go. But then it's like, me with real people, I'm like, no spice, no.
No, absolutely not, no. And I'm like that, like, I hate to say it, I'm like that with friends, too. Certain friend, like, if we get spiced together, I don't mind that, because it's a mutual agreement to that. If it's you promoting your lewd works for your community, if that makes sense, I'm a little uncomfy. I'm not gonna lie. just a little bit uncomfy with that, to a certain degree, especially if I know that they're kind of like, it's closely aligned to like your real features. And I would not take offense to that if somebody said that about like my VTuber model and my features and stuff like that. It's just, I'm like, get your bag, but I just won't partake in this. It's just a little too realistic for me. I'm sorry. But yeah. All right. So, do you see content creation as a viable source of income that could support your lifestyle if you were to pursue it as a full-time career? And why and why not?
I think it could be viable if I were just a completely different person. Like, when it comes down to it, I'm tired all the time. Like, I come in and out with hobbies and stuff. I think if I were a different type of person that was very good at keeping myself together and streaming for a long time, like, yeah, it could be viable. Would I do it? Probably not. I have this kind of thing where, like, I really don't like monetizing my hobbies. I mean,
yeah,
content creation is something kind of weird, because I mean, I get monetized because ads, but like, when it comes to, like, say, my crochet and stuff, like, I don't want to, unless I'm making it for a friend. You know, my friend's like, hey, can you make this for me? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I just don't want to make things for people, because I get, like, it's like a certain amount of perfection, you know, because you want it to be perfect, and I get stressed. So I'm very much happy with having this as a hobby and having, like, my main work that has a good work-life balance where I can, you know, do a job that I'm kind of vibing with to get money, and then, you know, spend my time doing the actual things I like off time without having to worry about, oh no, I need to play very popular indie games if I want to get people to come and get that bag, and just kind of sucks it out, you know?
Right. And I'm a lot this, like, I'm the same way, because, like, the same thing with, like, why I made my loot crates more so of a community incentive, like if you sub to me and you support my content and you love my content, I'm willing to make you a loot crate if you want one of these, which is basically the thing that I'm painting on stream right now. But I don't want to market it, but I've gotten to the part where I'm now marketing these because I'm like, I need money.
Right.
I need money, and so if you just desperately want one of these, by all means, let me know. But it's still sort of my choice. Like, you can't really give much direction. You can give me a theme, what you want, and things that you like, and I will try my best to give you something that you will appreciate. But I don't like marketing my art. I don't like doing, like, that's why I won't take commissions, because and I've told my artist friends this, there's so many personalities and different like wants and needs that a client may have when it comes to that field, where it's just like, you're gonna have to put up with that in order to make money off of them, and they may be the rudest asshole that you ever have to deal with, but you're just like, I gotta pay bills. I gotta pay bills. I gotta deal with this. Or you get to a point where it's just like, you know what? No, fuck you. I'm dropping your commission. And then you get into the whole drama spiel of like, well, I guess I gotta make a call out post. And then you feel pressured to either give your side or as to why things worked out this way. And you're either treated as, you know, garbage, or either people will take your side. And it's just, it becomes a whole mess that just didn't need to blow out of proportions to that degree. If two consenting adults could just get together, talk it out, understand both perspectives, and just move on. And a lot of things that I see fault in when it comes to this space and anywhere else, communication is key. And if your social skills are lacking, your communication skills are lacking, you're not going to thrive and survive in this space at all if you just have the worst time when it comes to communicating with clients, your viewers, whoever. Like, you have to have some sort of communication skills if you're going to run a business.
Like, I've seen so many like drama things where it's like, y'all could have settled this in DMs.
You really could.
But then I've seen some where it's like, they tried to settle in DMs and it didn't work for some reason. So I get it.
It's like, no, it's like, now we got to make the posts. We got to expose these hoes. But yeah, it's just, it be a lot sometimes. And also, those just joining the stream, please feel free to ask any questions for our guests. The mods will do their best to capture those questions and highlight them even. And we will do our best to answer them towards the end of the stream, so everyone gets the answers. And also, in case you can't stick around for the long haul but want to watch the VODs will go up on my VODs channel. And they also will stay up on Twitch for roughly 2 months. So if you ever miss a stream, by all means, feel free to drop by. But also click that multi-stream, so that way you see both perspectives, because you may be watching me paint over here, but Sesu is doing something greater on their stream. You should check that out, please and thank you. This is a threat, not a request. You should click that multi-stream link, please. Or either just vibe in Sesu's stream. Like, you ain't got to be here. I promise, I won't take offense. I be streaming other times. You can come by then. This is about uplifting and promoting others in regards to this stream. So, the next question I have. There we go. What does your stream preparation look like before you hit the go live button?
Sure. So, I have a stream deck, and so a lot of the stream deck takes it. It makes it a little bit easier.
What is it? Multi. Because I have it on here. What is it called?
Yeah, like the. What do they call it?
Yeah, I wanted to say multi-stream. It's not multi-stream. It's multi-something.
It's like some sort of multi-action button, maybe.
Yeah. I think it's multi-action or multi-function, because I use that for my go
Yeah.
live preparation because I'm like, I can't remember to open all these damn windows. Do not hold me accountable for them. Yes, the multi-action folders, Savvy, the ones that you can have it to where it'll open up windows, kick off programs, do basically anything that you can. It runs like a yes, it runs like a macro though. Medusa. That's exactly what it does. It's basically a macro on a stream deck. So, it just does a multitude of things that helps you be a little more productive when it comes to setting up streams. So that way I don't have to open up like, the mod view for my stream and also Kabunk or Tits, depending on, what program that I'm using for chat to pelt me with things. So
Yeah.
I love it for that fact. So I'm glad
It's
that you
so
two
wonderful.
use it. It's so convenient. Very convenient.
So I use it to open OBS and mix it up and VTS POG for Harvey so he can talk.
Aww.
And then I'll press go and I'm like, yeah, I'm going. And then I'll usually walk away because usually I have to drink like this medicine and water every day, and I usually just drink it during stream because then when people are like, hey, hydrate, I'm like, okay, I got it, thanks. And I have to drink like 40 ounces, like it's an absurd amount of water at once.
Oh gosh.
So I usually just drink that during the stream. So I'll usually do that. I'll usually forget to turn on, like, mix it up. So like I have to come back and then manually, like, because I have like early redeems, so I usually just have to come back and manually do that. My viewers are so nice to me that they don't get mad at me for that.
GG's viewers, y'all are doing amazing.
I'll usually hit a button for Tits and VTube Studio, and I also use Shoes. And I'll do that, and then I'll usually forget to turn on my actual camera.
I was gonna ask, it's not an important question, but also an important question. Shoes has a desktop app?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I'll send you the because you gotta subscribe to like their Patreon at least once. And
oh my god! Well, that's fine.
You could unsubscribe straight after if you want to, and just like subscribe when updates happen. But yeah, that's how you'd like download it through the person's Patreon.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Let's see. I feel like a lot of my stream prep is turning on buttons, like going off to do something, forgetting to do like many things, and then doing it like as I'm coming on to just chatting. So I'm just like, hold on, guys, hold on. It's usually pretty humorous, so that works out usually. It garners a laugh or two, so that's always fun. And then I'll usually also I usually make a Twitter post early, so I'll usually just quote retweet it and go, hey, we're live, let's go.
Yes. That's so convenient.
Yeah, it's so convenient. Depending on the day, because on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I multi-stream to YouTube, but on Fridays, I multi-stream to TikTok. So that's usually an extra thing that I gotta do.
I'm gonna have to reach out to you about that TikTok thing, because do you know Hime Harley?
Yes.
They were like, Blaze, when are you gonna do TikToks? And I'm like live stream on TikTok. I was like, I know it exists, but I don't know how to set that up.
Yeah, it's easy and stupid because TikTok doesn't give out stream keys anymore, so you have to download like their software. But if you use like the Atom Vertical app in your OBS, then you can just share your camera directly to TikTok Studio and it works.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get with you on that because I don't know any kind of way of setting that up. So one day. So if you
No, we're good.
Okay. So if you work full-time outside of content creation, how do you find the proper balance between work and content creation?
Yeah, so usually I usually just experiment and figure it out. The easy and the hard thing is that I'm a person that has a lot of hobbies and also tries to hang out with friends. So that like takes up some days, and then just really from streaming for, so long,
Right.
quote unquote. I really find just what works for me. Like what works for me is 3 days a week, 2 hours each. If I try to stream more than 2 hours, I'm cranky, I'm irritated. It
Yep.
sucks. Let's see. So yeah, a lot of it just happens to be like figuring out where my comfort levels lie, because it's like on Mondays I hang out with friends, on Tuesdays I stream, on Wednesdays I stream, on Thursdays I do anime night with another friend, and then on Fridays I stream, and then Saturday and Sunday it's usually like I try to relax somewhat. I also hang out with friends now on Saturday. Try to keep Sunday just for like me and my fiance, so that way we could just do whatever, just hang out. Honestly, it really helps that like I mention this a lot, but I have like some sort of chronic daytime sleepiness. Can't really figure it out. Still trying to talk to people around it. We thought it was iron deficiency. We thought it was vitamin D deficiency. Like the TLDR is I'm always sleepy, so it really helps me try and figure out how to make sure that I don't overwork myself. Because I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just like I want a nap.
Right. Honestly, a mood. Like you said it best. Anomaly. You said it best. It's just a mood. So, have you ever felt stagnant with your content? And if yes, what are some ways to break out of being stagnant with your content?
Yes, absolutely. What ends up happening is that I'll try and like check it out. I'll also try and see how I'm feeling about it, because like, sometimes I'm just like, I'm tired of this. So I'll just be like, hey guys, are you good if we like do something else? Like, is that fine? Like I used to do Tears of the Kingdom streams last year, and I had been doing it since like July on Fridays. And it got to around like December or November when I was just like, this is a little stagnant. Like it's great for like TikTok clips, but like I could be using this for any other indie thing. And
yes,
I really want to kind of up like
focus on something,
market
else.
myself. Yeah, I want to focus more on indie games. So I was like, hey guys, we're gonna drop this at the end. Sorry, thanks. Use your stream loot cards.
And that's understandable, because sometimes you do have to switch it up. Because the way I wanted to break free from Ace Attorney Chronicles after streaming that crap for I'm sorry, I shouldn't call it crap because it's one of my favorites, but still, I don't know how to shut up. That was my issue with that. But I got so tired of playing that game every Saturday, and I was just like, I don't want to give up. I know my community probably wants to see me put this game down. I want to see me put this game down. But at the same time, I don't want to be that streamer that's just like, she don't ever finish nothing. And you're right, I don't. But I'm going to prove you wrong and actually finish it this time, because it's one of my favorites and I feel like it. But in those type of instances, like Breath of the Wild, that's why I also don't bring it to stream, is because you can get so easily lost in that world. It's great to advertise in the beginning, because you can get people who may never seen gameplay of it on board and play it. But because it's so long, you're gonna be streaming that game forever. And I feel like after a while, people are gonna be like, oh god, I've seen this so much. We still ain't at the end. It's like, nope, we ain't at the end yet. It's like, well, when are we gonna get to the end? I'm tired of this. And I'm like, I know. I'm tired of it too. So
it's so comical how fast I finished it after I stopped streaming it too.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's the best part, because it's like your attention isn't split between chat and then also the game. That's that I feel like, because I know there's this other debate, and we might have to get into more topics about stuff that I've seen in the content creation realm, and I want your perspective of. But I remember somebody had made a comment, and I think this was directed towards like streamers, not really VTubers, but streamers in general, where there was somebody who was just like, if you get raided and we're at like a dramatic part in like, you know, Last of Us 2 or some other like high intensity, well-written or not well-written narrative game, and they're coming in there pretty much for the gameplay, not really you, they unfollow and just leave and don't come back. And I'm just like, see, my streams ain't for you for that point, because I like talking with chat. I like catching up and seeing how people are doing. I want to engage and interact with them to make it seem like, well, I mean, obviously I care about y'all, but you know, I want y'all to feel welcomed in this space and willing to ask questions or anything else that may just be on your mind that doesn't violate, you know, my TOS, the community safety, and anything else of that nature. But it's just like, some people can't get past that. They're just like, no, I'll just play the game because that's literally all I'm here for. And I'm just like, YouTube exists for a reason, my guy. You ain't got to, and you know, people can stream on YouTube too, but in the sense of like, VODs exist for a reason is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
edited content or commentary content, where it's just like, you ain't got to see all of that. It all exists on YouTube. That's how I got put onto so many other games that I play now, is because I watched a Let's Player, or I watched, you know, a game walkthrough of it or gameplay through of it, of just someone who either commentated it or just didn't, because I just didn't want to hear their voice, of a game that I just wanted to check out. I ain't got to go to somebody's stream because I know what's going to happen. There's going to be raids, alerts, and all that stuff. That's what Twitch is. That's what Twitch is. YouTube, it's started off with edited video content. That's what you go there for. If you want to actually engage and network with other people, that's what Twitch is for. And that's how I've always seen the two when it comes to content like that. So I don't know. It's just very interesting hearing things like that. So, and I get so riled up into a rant regarding that.
Right.
So have you ever done a subathon or a donathon?
Not in like, I've done it in the sense of, I think for my birthday last year, I did kind of like I did like a thing where you could donate to my throne. And like, if you donated certain amounts, like you could get certain points to do things. So it functioned like a subathon. But instead of like getting money, I was like, hey, just like contribute to these throne items. It's my birthday.
I love that. I love that perspective and that take on what would be a subathon, donathon type of vibe, but it's like, it's not called that. So very nice take. I have more thoughts about that, but I'm gonna keep them to myself for reasons. Not that it goes against you or anything of that nature. It's just like, I want to hear other people's perspectives on donathons and subathons, where I'm just like, I just want to hear your thoughts and how much success you get from that, or like, you know, people's perspectives and spins on that.
Right.
I guess what was your experience like when it came to hosting that?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. I did like maybe a 6-hour thing because again, I'm sleepy. I can't really do like true subathons or donathons, even though I think you actually gave me a good idea, like just like, holding on to it and then just like stopping sometimes if you want to, or like going to sleep, like wonderful, inspired. I decided to do just kind of a 6-hour thing. I think I just played Breath of the Wild and like chatted with my fiance. I had a lot of people like do stuff. It was nice. I also did like a raffle for like a crocheted item, and so one of my regulars had one, and I was able to like make a cowl for him, and it was just overall really low key, really nice. I mean, did I get like new people coming? Not really, but that's okay.
Right. Nice. So what social platforms do you feel your content has benefited the most, and why?
Honestly, it does really good on TikTok when I put it up there.
Yeah.
Like my model parent did a really good job on my model. So when people see it, they generally click, and that's awesome. So I think TikTok has honestly been huge for me. Twitter, it comes and goes. It depends. Just because like my reach is really bad on Twitter. Because Twitter just randomly shadow bans people whenever they wants to.
Yes. I'm experiencing that now again, and I have no idea what I did.
I feel like I'm just pretty much just like perpetually experiencing it. I saw like a tweet once that was like, here's what you can do if you get shadow banned, and it's just so much. I'm like, I'd rather just stay shadow banned. I can't do all that. Sorry.
Like, exactly. I'm just like, I'm not gonna go down the whole thesis of how to not get shadow banned. I'm just like, I'll suffer. Yeah. It's fine. Either that or just post on Bskeety and just hopefully hope other people see my content there. So, not this. Jay, get out. Get out. Not this. Oh my god. All right. So, moving on to the next question. Does your family know about your stream life? And if so, or if not, why?
No, because I feel like it would be so hard to try and explain it to them. Like, I definitely like just recently I was like advertising my affiliate stuff for Friday Afternoon Tea, which again, try out Friday Afternoon Tea. It's great.
Go do it.
Try it on me.
Do it now. Like, seriously, if you want to, you can go to Sesu's affiliation link. Get me the winter tea bags and ship them to me. I would appreciate you.
Yes, please buy Blaze tea. It's so good.
Please, just get me the peppermint stick and snow day. Like, get me an extra bag of those, please. Like, that's all I ask. That's all I freaking ask. I need that before it goes away. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh man, but yeah, it's just like I tell my family that I stream, but I don't do the particulars because it's just like, how do I explain to my 50+ aunt or my like 60+ mother what a VTuber is?
Right.
So I mean, like, if they ask, I'm like, oh yeah, like I streamed games or something. But otherwise, I just don't talk about it.
That's understandable. And that's also why I don't really talk to it about my family, because I tried showing my one of my parental figures, my model, And one of the first things out of their mouth was like, "Why do you have horns? Are you representing the devil?" And I'm like,
"Oh my god,
here we go." Here we go. I knew it was gonna go down this route, so I'm like, yep, no, I'm not gonna even try. So it's good. They know I do it, but I don't think they understand like what all goes into it and how frequent. Well, one of them knows how frequently I do it because I kind of keep them abreast of that, but the other is just like oblivious to it, and I'm like, I'd rather that. Please don't come through my streams. They're not tailored for you, because I'm pretty sure you'll hear something that was not meant for your ears, and I'll be judged to the highest caliber, and I'm just like, I'm not here to hear it. I'm beyond, like, I'm an adult. We not about to go down this route.
Right.
So, do you have any other relatives or siblings that you know of that also pursues content creation?
Nope.
Just you.
Yeah, just me. My brother is 6 years older than me, and he has a few kids. So, you know,
valid.
He doesn't really do that.
Valid. But I do know of some family members, like moms and dads, who do pursue that. And you know, some are single, some, you know, they have both parents in the household, but it's just like, it's still interesting to me. It's just like, sometimes they'll stream as a family, or sometimes they'll just do their own thing, and, you know, their kid is, you know, grown enough to where they can take care of themselves and let, you know, their parental figure do their own thing, and respect that, or either, you know, be crying in the background. And hopefully the viewers and people who are a part of the community are understanding of that as well, because I do follow a couple of people who are mothers, fathers, parental figures to their kids, and they do an excellent job streaming on this platform.
It's wild to me. I'm just like,
yes,
wow, how do you do it all?
How do you do it all? Like, how do you still have a full-time job and then also be able to take care of, like, you know, your kids at the end of the day, and then also be able to stream and also produce content? It's like, it's so much that goes into that, and I'm like,
yeah,
help me understand, because like, I ain't even got that kind of workload, and I find it's struggle. Like, I'm unemployed right now, and I'm still struggling to figure out how to do it all with content creation. Like,
right.
I just, it's beyond me. But yeah. So the other question I have for you is, what is your cultural background and family heritage?
Good cue. If you find it out, you let me know. As far as I know, Black African American, like, my grandmother lived in the South and then moved north, and I lived south for a bit in Virginia, and it's just like, that's about as much as I know.
That's valid. I don't know much of mine either. Like, all I know is, like, I'm African American. I will say this. I've gotten a lot of comments that people assume that my IRL self looks like I could be from East Africa. I don't know why, but a lot of people, when I used to attend my uni, would come up to me and ask me if I was, like, you know, someone who transferred in from there. And I'm like, no, not to my knowledge, but I may have, you know, lines that may trickle down to that. I couldn't tell you, but I'd have to do that research on my own. So, but it is interesting how many people on this platform have various, like, come from various cultural backgrounds, where it's just like, looking at the surface level, and even like Black people, like people in the BIPOC spaces, you just thinking, oh, well, they're African American, obviously, but they may have like, you know, some Trinidadian you know, heritage, or like, you know, they may be of Asian descent or something else to that degree. Like, you know, I like seeing the different cultures on this platform and just hearing more about their background and how they came upon this space, and how they're able to navigate that space, which is why I'm like, I'm eager to get some more folks who have those different cultural backgrounds to, be able to talk about that more in depth on Uppies and for Beauties and Baddies. So, very interesting experience. So, question for you, and you're more than welcome to say no to this one, but it's in regards to dating and relationships.
Sure.
How did you and your significant other meet?
Oh, I love telling this story. No, definitely. Okay. So, the number one thing that you have to understand about both me and my fiance is that we're both nerds. This is very important because we met at band camp.
Oh my, I love this story already. Let's go. Continue on, please. Let me hear this one.
And it's so funny because the first thing that he said to me, it was like me and a few of the other new freshmen. He looked at us and he was like, yeah, we're pretty much like all of the diversity in this band right here. And it was so funny. But I met him there. And then, wouldn't you believe it, I met him again at Anime Club. And then, wouldn't you believe it, we met again at LARPing Club. And so, you know, when you just keep meeting like that, you eventually become friends. And like, we were pretty friendly. And then, I think it was over like spring break. He was like, hey, do you want to come over and watch anime? And I was like, yes, absolutely. It was raining that day, and bro like slipped because our our college was on a cliff. So going down to his dorm, bro slipped, got mud everywhere, and I don't know what it was, but I was just like, doki doki. But yeah, we had decided to start dating that day. We were watching Code Geass. We never finished it. We finished it like years later. Or at least I finished it years later. He had already seen it. But yeah, that's when we started going out. And of course, like, everyone was away at break, except one friend who pretty much third wheeled on our first like date, quote unquote. But it was so funny that the next year I was like, hey, it's your date too, come on.
Oh my god, that's so cute. I love that. And see, when you have third wheels where it's just like yes, exactly that anomaly. It's just like that makes it, 10 times less awkward than it could have been, where it's just like, well, I guess I'll just be here, and it's just awkward for the couple, and then just them being there, or they can't find a way out, and it's just like, no, come on, you were part of this historic moment. You have to be a part of it now.
Because it's like, she just didn't know because we didn't tell anyone, and then afterwards she was like, I third wheeled.
I freaking love that.
And it was so funny. Also,
so
Alex, if you're listening again, I need you again.
Oh. They're coming in for assistance once more.
But yeah, we started dating. We never stopped. It's been like, 12 years? Aww. And then we finally got engaged last August.
Nice.
I mean, we had been talking about it, but it was just like, I just need this to come apart.
Why did you put them together?
I didn't read. Oh man. But yeah, it was actually pretty nice because we had friends visiting, and he proposed to me outside of a cat cafe. Even though it's my second favorite cat cafe, now it's like good memories.
Very nice. I love that. That's such a cute story.
What are you supposed to do? You're the worst.
I'm sorry.
Oh, not this. just talked about your whole like love story and like immediately you're the worst. Oh man. So what is the best relationship advice you could give others?
I'll try my best, but I'm very like yes, we've been together for 12 years, but it's like he's it. I haven't had any other experience, so like
Nerd.
Oh, not this.
Bro has one more experience than I do.
Double your experience,
God.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
I think the best thing is just like communicate.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to say that our relationship is perfect. Like, I get mad at some things, he gets mad at some things, but like, we talk it out and try and figure it out.
Very valid. And that's really all that.
For your pinchies.
Yes.
And that's really all that matters. It's just
Yeah.
really good communication. Again, just talk. Just talk. We're in a society where it's just like adults don't want to talk, and I'm like, but you
I
should.
just don't want to talk.
You really should. I promise. It's not gonna hurt if you just talk. It'll hurt less if you talk. It may hurt
Yeah.
more sometimes because people don't know how to use words effectively, but still, just talk. So what is the worst relationship advice you've ever received? If any.
Honestly, I haven't really received much relationship advice. So that works out well. Usually people see me and they're like, wow, you've been together for so long. What's your advice? And I'm just like,
Oh no, I'm just here, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just vibing.
Oh.
I'm waiting for you to put it together correctly.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So I go like this.
No.
No?
It tells you exactly where it goes.
Oh, I'm silly. I'm silly.
Extra no.
What the fuck? Oh, okay.
No. The yellow bit.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm good. Leave. I got it.
No.
We started our Gunpla hobby at the same time.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so now I have another question. How did y'all get into Gunplas?
How did we get into Gunplas? Witch from Mercury.
Did you say witch from Mercury?
Yeah. Yes. It's one of the later one of the latest Gundams that came out. And
Okay, good.
yeah, I'm good. Leave. Bye. Thank you.
Drink your kombucha.
I'm drinking it. Bye. It's a very beginner friendly Gundam, and I mean, it also helps that like 100% confirmed like lesbian main characters, like perfect, wonderful. And I think what I really like about it is I find a lot of Gundams just very bulky. And so what I like about what probably got me into building was that the Gundam in this particular show are a lot more slim, probably because the main Gundam is more like feminine. So like that Gundam's just a little slimmer, the other Gundams are just a little slimmer, and I'm like, I also have like close friends that are like, oh, you would like Gunpla, and I'm like, you're right.
Nice.
So that's about how I did it.
That is fair. So how are we feeling in terms of the stream? Do we need another break? Because I know it's been roughly about 2 hours, and I wasn't trying to drag it on to about 2 hours and a half. So should we take another break before we dive back into some more questions?
Can always take a pee break.
Awesome. So we'll do this because an ad is about to come up. I'll give our guest another 10 minutes.
You can even give me like 5. I don't
Okay.
need too long.
Okay, roughly about 5 minutes, and we'll be back with some more Uppies for Beauties and Baddies. And again, those just joining the stream or those who have vibed in the stream and heard the content that you've heard so far, please, by all means, ask our guests any questions that may, be on your mind. Like I said, we have Sesu Rescue with us today, so do that. Take a break, go stretch, get you some food, some snacks, and we'll be back shortly. See you soon. I keep doing this to where I kill the music, and I don't mean to because I pressed the wrong button on my stream deck that has it to where it mutes the music, which is my main scene, and I keep forgetting, hey Blaze, you have another one where it doesn't do that, and it's your art streams one. Use that one. Why don't you? But everyone who's just come back from the break, I hope you guys took the time and opportunity to get up, go stretch, do some things that you need to do, stay hydrated, and also those just joining who have no idea what's going on, welcome everyone to a stream series that I like to call Uppies for Beauties and Baddies, the BIPOC POC experience, where I, your host, Blaze at Midnight, the baddest drag queen Vtuber here on Twitch, invite some incredibly talented creatives to spend a little time with me while getting grilled in the Dragon's Den. Today we have Sesu Rescue discussing themselves, their journey into content creation, and anything else they wish to speak their truth on. Moss drop the socials, viewers peep the chat, and be sure to follow these beauties and baddies to know where it's at. Time to celebrate and elevate. Let's get it poppin'. So, if you guys have any questions in regards to the stream that is going on right now, or either for our guests, please feel free to drop them in chat, and we will do our best to answer and address all the questions towards the end of the stream. But yes, this is a interview collab is what I want to call it, I guess. But
I guess.
but if you click on the multi-stream link, it'll take you to where you can view both channels, see what both myself and Sesu Rescue are doing on stream, as well as hearing some questions that I asked Sesu about in terms of content creation and a multitude of other things that we want to talk about, which leads me into the hot takes category. So, what are your thoughts on non-black individuals using the N-word? We'll start with that.
I don't like it. Like, like I don't use it. I know I could, but it's just like I didn't grow up in an environment where I used it, so I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. But man, when people that aren't black use it, I'm just like, no, don't do that. Don't say that to me.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I don't use it. The only time that I've used that with the A, not ER, but is when I'm very frustrated. And it's the same with like how I dropped the F-bomb, because I accidentally did that yesterday when I'm just like, keep it PG, Blaze. And I almost did this while at a church event in front of several people because I saw one of my phobias crawl past my foot, and immediately I almost jumped back and said, and I caught myself in the nick of time before I let it drop. And I was like, this would be the worst mistake you make, Blaze. Don't you ever do this again. Do not ever do this again. You will
wash
get
your mouth out with soap.
Yes, someone would snatch me so quick and be like, you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not, because y'all got these demons out here. It's like, it was the one time the Holy Ghost didn't possess my body. But probably not at all, because I'm a heathen. But in any case, Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Wait, what happened to Sesu? Sesu, no! What happened? Sesu, come back! Sesu! Not this! I made one too many jokes about the church and now Sesu disappeared. Oh. Looks like it's coming back. There's Sesu. Hello?
Oh.
There you are.
Hello.
There you are.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We missed you.
Thank you.
God, let him go. God said, no,
Like-
you were being too heathenish. Oh, God. I don't even know when you disappeared. I'm going to have to watch back at the VOD to see when you actually disappeared. I just remember I looked over and I was like, wait, where's Setsuko? Oh, God. Okay. Let me... Are you able to get back in?
I should be able to. Let
Okay.
me try that out. It might be Steam. I'm online on Steam. Alright, let's see.
There's
have to
Sesu. I see your
restart it.
stream is back now.
Yeah, I may need to restart YouTube Studio though.
No, it's all good.
Let's try that. Yeah,
God.
'cause, like I looked up an outage and I'm like, we don't have any outages. What happened?
Right. But yeah, I'm very glad for like the 3 episodes of Uppies for Beauties and Baddies so far. And I know this is the last one for Black History Month. And I wish I could fit in more to showcase some amazing Black creatives, not just VTubers, but also cam streamers, who I know that I would love to feature onto the show. It's just time is so much. And trying to align your
Right.
schedule with like others is so hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah. So maybe, well, again, this is going to be a continuous series. Like, it's not going to stop during Black History Month. I did want to, put that out there. But I did want to invite multiple people who I've interacted with or either have expressed interest in joining the show. Some people that I hopefully will get the chance to reach out to, or people who I've collabed with on other shows. Namely, Aurora McKee. I would love to get her onto here one day. Yuiton, Miss Lala. There's some other folks that come to mind, but a lot of them have been very loving and open with, their experience in the BIPOC POC field. And they're very transparent about their perspectives when it comes to that type of thing. And I would love to get people who are, I consider my Oshis, or either people I look up to as a cam streamer or streamer, such as Sensei CJ and Kiwi on the Sticks and X Mira and other partners on Twitch who I'm just like, they are doing the dang thing. I just want to hear y'all's story, and hopefully give others some incentives to follow your content, and also be able to just kind of get to know them better. Like, we ain't got to be best friends. Like, we can be enemies if y'all want to. I just want to get a perspective of who they are and as a creative. So listen, Savvy, everybody ain't got to like me, because I already know I have a couple of folks who probably dislike me or hate me or what have you. It's none of my business, and that's okay. If I'm not your vibe, by all means, I'm not gonna take offense to that.
I will. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Oh.
kidding.
Oh gosh. Okay. So now that we have Sesu back, and I guess those who want to explore again the previous episodes of Uppies for Beauties and Baddies, and this is your first time coming here, yeah, this is really just my way of again uplifting others and putting people on a platform, because I got so tired of hearing people say, "Who's Tiffany Witcher?" or "Who's Sesu Rescue?" "Who's Pop No Tarts?" And I'm like, they exist here. I come across their content all the time. Who's Lovmura? That's another one that I hear sometimes. And I'm
Really?
like, yes. So many people. Because, like, granted, I know not everybody's on Twitter and everybody's on these platforms that, you know, we're just thinking, like, they're so popular. How do you not hear these names? This is why I have a shout out command for Lovmura, because people will come into my stream and be like, "Who did your model? This, that, and the other." And they'll do the same thing, where it's just like they'll follow Keishan, you know, known for the MOOBAs, and then Sugoi with his voice, and they'll be like, "Man, these are amazing models," and they don't know who Lovmura is. I'm like, I promise you, it's most likely in their panels if you just took the time to look and actually check them out. But they're just like, "I followed them for so long, and it's like, I think they're really dope, and this, that, and the other." And I'm like, you know they're Lovmura's child, right? Who's Lovmura? You want to click that link and find out? I guarantee you won't ever leave once you do.
Yeah.
So that was why I started this series, is because I got so tired of hearing that. So this is me wanting to put others on. It is not a stream to focus on me, even though I know I say my little intro and all that other stuff. You check me out on your own time. But this is the time for you guys to do a deep dive into people that I bring onto the show, and hopefully put you guys on some wonderful content creatives who are out here just doing the damn thing and just deserve all the love and respect. And honestly, I want to see them grow in the right direction because of something like this. So that way, y'all aren't always asking me, like, you know, "Who is this? Who is that?" No, you know who it is now. Go check out their content. You saw what they were about. Go follow them. Like, you should go follow Sesu Rescue, which I finally saw a peek of the premiere piece that they're putting together. But still, you should go follow them. Go follow them. Do it now. But yeah, we were talking about non-black individuals using the N-word. Yeah, I don't like it. I won't say that well, yes and no. I didn't really grow up in a direct household that used that word, but I do have one side of my family who uses that word, or at least used to use that word profusely in my younger years versus my more adult years, which is, there's history there, but I'm not going to dive into that because it kind of leads into it's a little more personal about my family history, and I don't need to expose that. But it was always a negative connotation. We'll just leave it at that. And so I was just like, I'd rather not use that word because it brings up some not great memories for me. But yeah, that's really the only time I use, is usually like in frustration, and it's very, very rare that I use that, because you'll most likely hear me drop the F-bomb before that word.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on artists charging more to draw Afrocentric hairstyles, or Afro-centered hairstyles?
I am just very, very happy that all of the artists that I have run into have not had to do that. Like,
same.
I think it's really silly. It's like, I see this all the time, where it's like artists and they're like, "I don't know how to draw dark skin," or like they'll just do like straight up brown, and then it ends up looking like really like washed out, because it's like, come on, guys, it's the same thing,
Right?
Like,
it just, like, you can like, color pick
have
even.
warm and cool tones. Yeah, you can
Yes.
color pick. Like, really, all you need to know that's different from like other skin tones is that our palms are a little different. Like, they're a
Yes.
little lighter. That's it.
That's really it. And it's just like, they make it seem like they've never seen a black person in 4K in their entire life.
Right, right. And then, God, I hate people that are like, if they're talking about like a Japanese artist and they're like, oh well, Japanese artists don't see brown people, and it's like, why are you infantilizing this artist? Like,
Right.
come on, buddy.
Exactly.
They have television. I'm sure they've seen a black person. Like,
Exactly.
come on.
And it's the other thing where, and maybe I'm just, I don't know what to say. Ain't nobody on the, well, most people on the internet aren't very wholesome. I will say most people probably seen porn or hentai at some portion of their life, I feel like.
Right.
Black people's nipples are not pink. I just want to say that.
Oh my God. Oh
Black
my God.
people's nipples are not pink. I promise you. If you come across a black person who has pink nipples, there's probably some other skin issue going on there or something else happening. Maybe even paint. But most black people's nipples are not pink. I just want to put that out there. So if you ever draw spicy art of me and you make my nipples pink, I'm going to look at you and be like, don't talk to me again, for starters. And second of all, I need you to literally look at some adult stuff. Like, look at adult stuff involving black people. That's all. Look at all the not safe for work stuff and then study that and then incorporate that in your portfolio when it comes to spicy content. Don't do this to me. Please.
Yeah, I feel like if you do spicy content, it's really hard to do it and not like reference any sort of like pornography.
Exactly.
It's like, come on, guys.
Yes.
Come on.
It's
You
like,
can do this. You can see what color the nipples are, please.
exactly. Like, you study everything else. You got the genitalia and chesticles correctly. You can do your research in terms of color blending for those parts as well. Come on. But in any case, yeah, that is always jarring every time I see that happen. Do you think the misappropriation of AAV was blown out of proportion? Got, for example. I'm sorry. Get your act together, for example.
I feel like what ends up happening with AAV is that young people take it and then suddenly it's a young people slang.
Yep.
And then they don't use it right. I still remember the whole fucking conversation that we all had at one point with it was like some streamers doing like a thing and one person was trying to explain a word and they were just not doing it well at all, and it's like, please, like, I'm not trying to gatekeep, but I'm also trying to gatekeep, please.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of like when you think about like locks and dreadlocks and how they're just like, or like cornrows.
Yes.
It's any sort of black hairstyle where it's like, this is a black hairstyle, and then suddenly like other like usually like white people will appropriate it, and then suddenly it's like it's okay for them, but it's bad for us, and it's like, okay, guys, I need us to be on the same page here. Like, if we're gonna be like, yes, this hairstyle is okay for white people to use, I need it to be okay for black people too.
Right.
So I kind of feel the same thing with AAV, and I'm like, if you're gonna use it, like, know what it actually means.
That part, please. Don't just be out here just saying. This is why, if y'all look at my tags, there's got with 7 T's there. because it's now just gonna be the forever joke, the forever running joke about that whole situation. Because that was an interesting ordeal. But what is one thing in the VTubing community that you did not expect? I know that's a very vague question, but like in terms of like success or anything else, or
I think the biggest thing for me is that there's a really big thing on idol culture that I really didn't expect as much in VTubing. Like, between the idol culture, between like, I feel like they all pick the same trends to do, and they're like, we have to be trendy, we have to. And I'm just like, oh, I didn't expect this.
right.
Like, it feels like whenever there's a trend, if you don't jump a couple of hours, like, it just doesn't work. Am I still here?
Yeah, you are. You cut out for just a bit and then you came back in.
Oh, scary.
It was scary.
But yeah, there's just a lot of like, I don't know, very weird idol culture that I'm like, guys, we're not really idols. You know that, right? Like,
right. It's just interesting. But yeah, and I guess like again, I didn't come into VTubing knowing about the idol culture thing around it. Even though it's like it's very popular, it's very common for like a good majority of VTubers, and I know so many who feed into it. But I'm just like, I don't consider myself an idol culture streamer. Like, yes, I like memes to some degree, but I'm also an old lady, so I don't ask me what the latest and greatest meme is when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I just like to have fun. I like to laugh. I like to be goofy, silly, just chaotic at times, and then also have times where it's just like I'm being very serious, I'm very chill, and I want people to just have a good time. I'm not really looking for like, well, let me make the greatest single album cover song or whatever and put that out there for people to listen to, because I'm like, most likely I'm not going to make money off of this. Like, I'll do it for entertainment, but like, what else is there to reap from this? Unless I do it
and I'm just like, why does everyone need to be a singer?
Yes.
Like, I understand that people like to sing. Go for it. I love that for you, but like,
yeah,
not everyone needs to. We don't need every VTuber to be a singer.
Exactly. Like, unless I am trying to put out like my mixtape and have everybody buy it, and I mean like an actual legitimate mixtape, and then like become the next Meg Thee Stallion or Cardi B or anybody else that's just out here doing the dang thing when it comes to I see that my I knew Mix It Up wasn't gonna do it, so I just noticed that MIU wasn't bringing up the alerts. I see the triggers happening in chat and also on my model, but the overlays aren't kicking in because I did it out of order in terms of which one needs to be booted up first. So also thank you for the raid. But yeah, I don't get the ideal behind it. And I know there's probably going to be like a good majority of people invested in the VTubing community who are very deeply invested in the corporate side of things, are just like, it's a staple. All of you guys, again, they're gatekeeping. You aren't considered a VTuber unless you partake in this. And I'm like, and yet there are so many people who don't and are successful at that. They're very successful just being a V creator. Naomi put it best: V creator, V streamer, whatever you want to call it. That's not necessarily VTuber, because they have it behind that connotation where you have to be like a part of idol culture or do everything that all the corporate VTubers are doing to be accepted in this industry. And I'm like, I feel like we should break that mold. Like, why are we sticking to this mold if there's like no law or decree that says you have to stick to this kind of formula. So
right. And it's like, I love when people like, you know, feel comfy enough to do like karaoke streams. I'm like, great,
Right.
good, but not everyone has to.
Exactly. So I guess this also leads into my next question. What are your thoughts on VTuber corporations?
I don't like corporations as a company. Like, let's just get into it. Niji Sanji, what they've been doing, I hate it. But it's like, I don't mind, like, you know, the people that are like going into corporate, like, get your bag, you know?
Right.
Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And like, if I like watching you, like, I'll watch you every now and again. But in terms of like corporations in general, I'm just like, I'm not about it. It seems like there's just not a lot that you can do creatively. And I think like when I first started VTubing, of course, like, you know, when you first start VTubing, you're like, oh, corporate would be so cool. You could get the big bucks. And it's just like, of course, I tried to audition, like, you know, most people try to audition once, just, you know, let's try it out, let's see what happens. But yeah, it was just like very early. I was just like, man, you can't even keep your stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
You can't even keep your model. Like, you gotta cut off all your friends.
Yep.
Like, it's just a lot, and I don't want to do all that. And like, I don't know. It does seem like there are some corporations that treat their talents better than others, but in general, it just seems like a lot. It's too much for me. Like, I would never want to do it.
And honestly, go ahead.
Yeah. No, that's it.
But yeah, honestly, same. Because I didn't really understand corporations until somebody broke it down to me and told me, you know, how it runs. And the only one that I know of where it's just like you can keep your stuff when it comes to VTubing is VShojo. But even then, they aren't really... I mean, I can't really speak on that, but they also have a lot of departures that kind of sends up red flags where I'm like, I guess it's not cool to just be in that corporation either.
Yeah.
So it's just like, there's no place that you can go where it's just like, you can feel comfortable in your own skin and have your own thoughts and still, you know, I don't know, just like, I get like they don't want to hurt the image of a corporation, but at the same time, like, you can't be harming your talents, both mentally and physically. Like, it's just... Right. I don't get that mentality. And I know, like, I can't speak on laws there because I don't know them. I genuinely don't know them. But I'm just like, I'm just looking at that and I'm like, I feel like you could sue for all of this. I feel like you could really win a lawsuit if you just went after this corporation for so many things that they've done wrong in terms of manipulating and harming their employees. Because I know in the States, you could definitely win a lawsuit with that one, in my humble opinion. Unless you just got corrupt people in, you know, on the bench, which that also can be the case in some instances. But yeah, it's just interesting looking from the outside in terms of like what corporation VTubers have to go through in order to keep their status and their likability and just make the corporation happy. But it's like corporate
Even
America,
though the corporation
where it's just like,
doesn't always protect them. Yeah,
exactly. And it's just like they just looking out for them. They don't really care about you. You're just another pawn fishing the pond that they can just use and abuse and possibly fry up and eat. So, But in any case, all right. So I see that it is 7:43 p.m. my time, and we do have a couple of viewer questions. So
Ooh, I feel so popular.
yes, let's dive into some of them because I saw a few of them and I was like, oh, that's a good question. So, God, can't pronounce their name to save my life, but we're gonna say backward. No, that's not Alex backwards. I lied. Lee XGZ.
Oh my God, that's my fiance.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's really funny. It's like Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I get it. I got you. Okay, it makes sense. I like that. But they ask, Sesu, what's the G line thing?
Oh, okay. So at the very beginning of my stream, I had like a strange line on my stream, and we couldn't quite figure out what it was. We're like, what? I'm like, what is that? But I realized what it was. It was a thing on Shoost.
Oh my God. All right. So the next question, Savvy Little Minx asks, what kind of snacks does Harvey like?
Harvey likes, hold on, I'm trying to remember. I made like a whole thing around it when I was using like the AI function around it. Big sushi fan.
Ooh. Hold up, what kind of sushi?
Oh, I don't know. I don't eat fish. I couldn't tell you.
Oh. So Harvey likes sushi. Good to know. In any other snacks, or is just the fish, just the raw fish?
Mostly just the raw fish.
It's fair. It's very fair. MB Prince Salem asks, what inspired you to name Harvey Harvey?
Excellent question. So, I've mentioned that I've lived in Seattle for a few years and I moved recently. And right before we left, we went to the Seattle Aquarium. And so, great place. If you've never been, the aquarium's great. They have seals. I love seals. It's very important. And so when we, yes, I can show Harvey on cam. Okay. So the TLDR is I got a stuffed animal, Harvey, and he's based off of that stuffed animal. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm going to run and get him because he's really cute.
Oh, that'll give me perfect time to pull up the multi-stream again. Also, thank you, mods, for pinning this, because otherwise I would lose this link so easily. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I gotta sneeze.
So, this is IRL Harvey. Flip OBS.
Oh.
It's a very small plush from the Seattle Museum.
So
I can't explain it, but I'm rabid over him. I cuddle with him every night. If I don't cuddle with him, I can't nap. I can't sleep.
That is precious. I love IRL Harvey. He's so
yeah, he's so small, so cute.
So small.
Yes, definitely an emotional support seal.
We love to see it. All right. And so I'm going to butcher their name. They were in here for a while, and I'm so sorry. I'm not going to even try and pronounce it, but I've been calling them Anomaly because that's the only portion that I've been able to successfully read from their name. So I'm sorry. I'm bad with names. I don't want to offend people when it comes to their names, but they ask a question. How many art applications do you remember using before picking one that was right for you if you do digital art?
Let's see. Honestly, I do it a little bit, like a very little bit.
Oh,
I still can't say if like what I've picked works for me, but like I used to use the free software
Paint Tool Sai?
No.
Okay.
No, it's much older. the
GIMP?
GNU
Oh,
image
no.
manipulation program.
What is that? Why do I feel like I've
It,
both heard of this program but don't know what it is?
It's abbreviated as GIMP, and
Yes, GIMP.
yeah.
Okay. I was like, why does this sound familiar? But it's not from what I just heard. But yeah, okay. I wasn't tripping. All right, cool. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
We'll continue.
So I used that for a while because it was free. I'm not very good at digital art, and that's fine. I still have fun doing it when I can. At some point, I tried Clip Paint Studio, and I was like, "Oh wow, I love this."
Yes, it's great. It's honestly great.
Yeah, and then I've also tried Procreate on my iPad. It's all right.
Yeah, that's fair. And it's gonna take a minute to like find like an art program that you vibe with. CSP I love because it combined two things that I love from Photoshop and Paint Tool Sci into one in terms of line art, doing line art really cleanly, which I used to do line art, I think did I do it in Paint Tool Sci and then Photoshop? I think so, because I hated the pen tool. But I liked doing the coloring in Photoshop when I was using it early on. And when I started getting more comfortable with blending, then I would swap to doing it in Paint Tool Sci, to the point where it's just like, I just use Paint Tool Sci for a good majority of things, but there's still something in Photoshop that I wanted that I later found out that CSP had offered. And so when I switched over to that, I was like, oh, I love this tool. I never have to look at either of these two ever again. And I've just been happy ever since. But yeah, it takes a minute to find like, you know, a digital art program and tool that you just really love. Same with like tablets too, because
yeah,
I still don't know well, my favorite brand of tablet, I can say I love XP Pen because I've never had any issues with them outside of the one that I have that just is horrible with keeping up with the times in terms of UI and calibrating it and all that other stuff. So, but they are very good tablets, very cheap tablets. They can, in my opinion, compete with Huion and Wacom very easily. You can get by with that. Versus always having to buy the latest and greatest Wacom tablet or Huion tablet. XP Pen has just been very nice to me. Really nice to me. But yeah, that makes sense. So, unless other people have any other questions, I'm going to move on to the advice portion before we close out. So, as a content creator, what tips have you learned as a content creator?
The biggest one is just do the thing.
Everyone says this. Including me, because I do the same thing. Just post it. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Because it's like, I don't know. Me, of course. I mean, I'm black. I'm feminine. Of course I have imposter syndrome. But like, literally, it's just like, I don't know. The worst thing that'll happen is maybe you mess up a little and then you course correct, you know? But it's just like, I don't know. I see a lot of people that like, you know, will wait until they have everything before they stream, or like, you know, will want to be like a perfectionist. And it's like, you just can't, buddy. You just got to try it. Because it's like, the worst case scenario if you're a perfectionist and you get everything like up and ready is that you don't like doing the content creation thing, and now you're out like so much money. Like that sucks.
That part. And again, people who I knew from early on when I was still baby Blazette, or really baby Blaze streamer, there were people who had great equipment, great personality, attitude, everything. They only lasted on the platform for roughly about a year before they quit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so you just poured in all this money to buy. And the same thing with like a VTuber model too. Because people will pour out loads of money to get like the most expensive model on the planet. And then give it all up and just be like, well, I guess, that's 3,000, 4,000, whatever, some cents down the drain, and I guess I can't get it back.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does. I'm just like, you not gonna at least try to give this a little bit more of a chance? Like, come on now.
Right. Like when I started streaming, even when I was like, yeah, I know this is what I want to do, I waited until because I started in February. I waited until May until I was like, okay, let me do a PNG tuber, see if I like this a little bit longer. And I think it wasn't until that winter that I finally decided to start looking for live 2D, and obviously I took a really long time. You don't have to take this long, but I really wanted to make sure that my investment was worth it, because I pick up and put down a lot of hobbies, and I just really didn't want to. I really wanted to make sure that I was still chill with this,
Exactly. And it's the way that I see so many VTubers graduate too, because some people will transition over from cam streaming to VTubing, and then maybe a year or two down the line, they're like, nah, I actually miss cam streaming, I'm gonna go back to it. I'm like, but you just bought a whole ass live 2D 3D model, spent X amount of dollars on this, and you just now finding out that you want to go back to cam. I know for a fact with me, if I want to go back to cam, I'll go back to cam briefly, but I'm comfortable with staying off cam because there's a bit of a more of anonymous feel to it when it comes to this space, and so it's a bit more beneficial for me, so that way I can kind of keep my work and personal hobbies separate in a sense.
Right.
So, if my employers are just like, hey, I saw your face over here. It's like, no, you didn't, because it ain't on TikTok, it ain't on YouTube, it ain't on nothing else. All you see is the model and maybe a voice that may sound pretty familiar to it, but I will not claim or deny who I am. So, but yeah, it's just interesting. And it's the same thing with people who may buy the latest and greatest streaming equipment to cam stream, and then they go back to VTube, and I'm like, oh, why you waste all this money? I just have so many questions. Why you waste all this money? For what reason? You gotta stop yourself at some point. Chill out. Figure out if it's something that you want to do. Start with PNG tubing even, or GIF tubing. See if you like it without being on cam, because it's not for everyone, I promise you. It may sound appealing to some, others they might be like, nah, I'm annoyed by this. So,
and especially when sometimes people just find that they like PNG tubing more than full live 2Ding.
That part, that's the other thing, because and I know people are just they listen to the masses where it's just oh, PNG tubers aren't real VTubers, or GIF tubers aren't VTubers. No, they are. And one fine example. They
most certainly are.
One fine example that I always tell all my other friends and creatives wanting to dive into the VTubing rabbit hole, two people I give a shout out to in terms of who I've seen in my eyes successful and doing a good job entertainment wise as a PNG tuber. Plush Poppy is number one, because if you watch that rap thread that he did on Twitter or X, because I went through all of that, and just watching that and seeing him utilize that to the best of his abilities, amazing, astounding. I always point others to that who want to go down the VTubing rabbit hole, but they want to start with PNG tubing first. And it's it's cost effective. You can still entertain your folks. You can still have all the expression toggles that you think you can only do with a live 2D model or a 3D VTuber model. No, you don't need all that. You just have to get really creative with it. And I promise you, it's gonna save you buttloads of money. And your community is gonna love you for that. Now, granted, I will say, kind of piggybacking off of what Silas Callisto and Dark Mimi, our previous guests for the show, touched on, you're gonna have viewers either come, or you're gonna have viewers that aren't vibing with VTubering at all, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were previously a cam streamer and you move over into VTuber lane, some people are going to be like, nah, it ain't for me, I'm going to dip out. So it happens. It's just the nature of content creation. You can even change your focus from, like, let's say one day you do indie, well, you know, you've done indie games for your streams most of the time, and then all of a sudden you start migrating over to AAA. You're gonna have some loss of viewership there because they may be like, well, we came for the indie vibes, we like that a lot more, and it's just like, I ain't really feeling the, you know, AAA vibes and stuff. And it's just whatever you're passionate about and whatever you want to cater to towards your audience. You know, do what's best for you, but also be wise about making those moves when it comes to those things, because I ain't start out with having the latest greatest. It took me 7 years just to get, well, really about 5 years just to get a full desk and set of monitors just to stream. Because before then, I was in my living room streaming off of my tablet and my full TV, and like my very first flat screen TV actually in my living room. And I just had my computer hooked up to those because I was just like, I don't have the space to put in a desk. I don't even have a room to make a stream room. It took me till 2020 till I basically purchased my first home and had a whole bunch of space to put shit up and do what I wanted to be able to, you know, dish out some money, actually upgrade my stuff, and actually put in the time and effort to committing to this a lot more than I used to when I was baby streamer. So just be wise about those decisions. That's all I got to say, and I cannot stress that enough. So very good point there. But yeah, it is 8 p.m. Thank you, Sasu, so much for joining me on this wonderful episode of Uppies for Beauties and Baddies. I had a wonderful time discussing things with you and getting to know you a little bit better, because now I found some new things, like you do art.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Do you want to give the viewers any sort of background or send off before we close out for the stream and raid?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for inviting me, first of all. I really do appreciate it. I really appreciate, you know, just having this time to spend with you in general. It's been really nice.
Same.
Thank you everyone that came by. Thank you for all of the questions. Thank you for all of the love. Thank you genuinely for all of the love. I really appreciate it. Y'all are the coolest. I usually stream, God, when do I usually stream? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. You'll have to catch me quick though. I usually only stream for like 2, maybe 3 hours. I like to eat dinner at a decent time. Yeah, thank you just so much. Thank you for all of the love. Please consider checking out my socials. Please consider buying tea with Friday Afternoon Tea and using my affiliate code. Even if you don't use my affiliate code, consider supporting Friday Afternoon Tea. They're amazing.
Do it. Support them, please. Listen, I ain't affiliated with them, but buy their teas, like, for real. I love their teas so much. And if you don't support their teas, listen, support their teas for me. Buy me the tea. Buy me the tea.
They're Latina owned, small family owned, geeky, and LGBTQ positive, and they're actually doing a Kickstarter next week. So if you're not a loose tea girly, consider checking out their Kickstarter, because they're trying to get a bagged machine so that way they can start selling bag teas.
Yes. Although I've gotten used to the loose leaf teas now, so now I'm like, keep this.
Yeah, like, it's great for, like, my fiance who is too lazy to do loose leaf tea unless I'm doing it. So, like, perfect for people like that, where you're like, I generally just don't want to deal with the loose leaf tea. That's fine. they're working on it.
Oh, but man, I'm excited to see what they have in store. But yes, please go check out Sesu Rescue. There are their links. Make sure to check them out. They are on Twitter, they are on Twitch, they are on Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, you name it, basically. So
yeah, you name it, I'm there. I'm not on fanfiction.net though, sorry, just on AO3.
Oh, so now we know Sesu's on AO3. Good to know. Good to know. More facts. See, there you go. Oh, all right. So, with that said, thank you guys for coming out, supporting Sesu Rescue, and joining me on episode 3 of Uppies for Beauties and Baddies. And yes, this is going to be the last episode for Black History Month. I will continue the series leading into my birthday month, March. Make sure to stay tuned to see who our lovely guests will be for next month, which I'm very excited about. We reached out to a few folks. So make sure to, stay tuned. And like I said before, you can check out all the VODs for the previous episodes, including this episode, from my perspective on the VODs channel. But if you want to see it from Sesu's perspective, do you have a VODs channel, by the way?
My VODs channel is my YouTube channel.
Okay. Check out Sesu Rescue on their YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing the same in case, the VOD link expires before I get to see all the things from their perspective. But I'm most likely going to see it after this stream. But thank you guys.
And then
go ahead.
We got like a little far in. I'll probably work on this more next Saturday.
Beautiful.
So stay tuned for that.
See, there you go. I'm going to be checking them out. Oh, no, there's the ad. Okay, well, any case, I know most of y'all cannot hear me, but I do see who our next victim is going to be. But also, if this is your first time here and you want to get to know me a little bit more better, even though this is not about me, there go the socials. Peep those. There they are.
Check out Blaze.
Yes,
Blaze is so fun
I'm just
to watch.
here. I'm just here. But we are going to raid another Black VTuber who I have here pulled up on the side. I'm going to send you the link if you would like to raid them, Sesu. No pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, hold on, one more thing. Hey guys, check out Blaze tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Please plug your charity stream.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so I will be doing a charity stream with Sega Game Blast. So I don't have the command up right now, but I will be fundraising tomorrow and playing Sonic Superstars with the lovely Pop No Tarts, the Sheppy, which is my VTuber brother, and A Ray Ray. And you guys can contribute 10 euros to pick our characters, as well as some other fun incentives that I have set in place. If you're unfamiliar with Special Effect, they are a charity organization based in the UK, and we are raising funds to help provide accessibility tools and resources to those who are facing physical disabilities and challenges when it comes to gaming. So if you want to see that, make sure to drop by tomorrow. I know I said I wouldn't promote it too much today, and I know my stream is probably on the Sega page, and we said some, colorful things on stream, but I did warn and say that I'm not doing with the Sega brand. That's why you don't see the logos around here, but tomorrow I will. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But yes, we are gonna go raid the lovely dragon VTuber, boss VTuber that I love and adore with all my heart, Simi Enigma.
Yeah, I love Simi.
I love Simi too. We're gonna go say hi to her. So it looks like she's doing a just chatting stream, so even more chill vibes. If you don't know who she is, she's a wonderful and talented artist. Please show her all the love and care to my dragon friend, because I really do love her energy. She's amazing. Even her VTuber model is beautiful. Gorgeous.
So good.
Gorgeous. It's so good. So please go check her out. Say hi. I will see you guys tomorrow for the charity stream, and if not, then probably next week for some other things. But you guys take care. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care of yourself too.